Bills all the way up. Be sure to smash upon the like button, baby. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all, baby. Come on. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on, babies. Come on with it. Big Arm Joe. Yup. Come on with it. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Get it? Let's go. All right. I'm getting set up. Baby. So bear with me. We almost there. Come on. Yeah. Maybe a little second. Turn me down. And you get turned up. All right? Come on with it. All right?
Ready? Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
5, 4, 3, 2. Buckle up, baby.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Stand tall or not at all. And yeah. And come on with it. All right, so the news. All right. Hey, God, dog. Boy, that was necessary. I got to get into the vibe of the groove. So the breaking news of the hour is that the Cowboys made a trade. They've been very active, and they got the strongest arm out of the draft last season, and his name is Joe, and this is something that the Cowboys, they got the complete update. They made the breaking news. The Patriots are trading Joe Milton III to the Cowboys. Multiple sources tell NFL on Fox, and we got the updates. Joe Milton and a 7th-round draft pick to the Cowboys and a 5th-round draft pick to the Patriots. Per sources, this is good. Oh, my God, this is good. Oh, anything but a 4th round is good. Come on with it, And he showed us in that one game a glimpse of what he can do. You can put RPO in the basket. He's 6'5", 245 to 250 pounds. He got a cannon for an arm. Now, all he need is opportunity to go into a right system, a right coaching philosophy. And on top of that, if anybody want a mobile quarterback, you got a mobile quarterback. And I like this. I think that the Cowboys, now this is not egg worthy now. I can't smash upon an egg on my head for this particular pick, but I can tell you that I like the way we are moving, because now what this does, this gets rid of the ideology of us using a draft pick for a quarterback this season. I like that. So Quinn Ewers, yeah, baby, we don't have to worry about that no more. Yeah. If you like Joe, I don't know if he's going to wear number 19 here, but just because he wore 19 at his previous season with the Patriots, put 19 in the chat. Yeah. Put 19 in the chat. I need to see 19s in the chat if you like the ideology of us going out here, getting the guy that there's going to be a situation that he is pretty, yeah, still not egg worthy, yeah. Yeah. I don't want nobody to say, okay, we got Joe. We going to the Super Bowl, baby. And I don't want to see no Super Bowl, no super plates, no super forks, none of that super stuff. We just like the ideology that now we got a guy with high upside. If accuracy, if you can pump in accuracy, then that would be better, man. But I like this a little bit better than what we did previously with fourth round draft picks and giving those away. Like I say, he's 6'5". Let me pull this up again. He's 6'5". 235 pounds. I guess he lost a little weight. And he had a 95.8 grade. I don't really use Pro Football Focus grading systems here, but they based that off of that one game. And overall, he had a 95.8, 94.9, and 72.6. In that game, he had one tub, 241 yards, and his average time to throw was 3.3 seconds. That's a lot of time, though, bro. And his air yardages was 10.5. So he had 29 attempts. He had rushed for a couple of snaps, too. So, if you go back and look at some tape of Joe, you can say, oh, okay, all right. Let's go. This Brandy. Let's go, Joe, to the second string. Yeah, strong cannon of an arm. That's all we can say. The brother can sit Indian style and throw 70 yards. Jeez. Yeah. Dude big for a quarterback. Yes, indeed. 6'5". He can see over the pocket, right? And since they don't counsel the tush and the push, the tushy push, yeah, you can put him under center and say, hey, Joe, just lean forward, Shoot, you're going to see an array of things that this Cowboys team is going to do this season. Think about this. The offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams, he had a guy that was like 5'5" as a quarterback, Kyler Murray as a mobile quarterback. And they was talking on a clip of Clayton Adams being now the OC for the Cowboys. Will we see a lot of running opportunities with Dak Prescott? And Dak Prescott lost some weight, by the way, so he looks slim and trim, and you look like he's going to be back to hip-hop and speed and all of this stuff. But now when you get into the red zone, money zone, now you don't really have to do that. You can put Joe. Joe knows. Put Joe up in there. Let him be the battering ram. Let's get us some crazy exotic plays for Joe. JT says, I bet I can throw a football over them mountains, I bet he can, huh, Joe? I bet Joe can, shoot. Boy got a strong arm. Randy says, Law is excited as hell. No, I'm just saying that now we don't have to go into this draft. Don't y'all know, out of the draft, I like Cam Ward, right? I know Cam Ward is not going to fall to us. Shout out to Shador, and shout out to the Sanders family, right? And my QB is Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart. I said that, I lamented that multiple times here, right? But I for dog sure didn't want Quinn Ewers, and the Cowboys. The Cowboys, shoot, would fool around and still probably draft Quinn Ewers. I don't know, man. We don't know what the Cowboys are going to try to do. But the Cowboys do these things all the time. All right, so we got some more news update. Let me see if I can repurpose this one right quick. Let's see what they talking about now. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Y'all get what I'm throwing out over here, right? And now you can go into this thing with saying, okay, we got our development piece right here. We got something that we can utilize and use over and over again here. Hold on, stretch my house up, clean my house up a little bit better. All right, and this tip of the news right here. We got some more news. Let me see. Go right here. Click on my page. Let's go down. All right, so let me see what Adam Schefter talking about. The trade for New England is sending the quarterback Joe Milton to the Dallas Cowboys. Per sources tells ESPN, with Cooper Rush going to Baltimore, Dallas now has a new backup for Dak Prescott. And the possibilities a few weeks ago, a lot of people were indicating 4th round or 5th round, and it ended up being the 7th round or a swap of a 5th and a 7th. I like this, ladies and gentlemen. I think that the Cowboys are looking at this saying, okay, the upside is crazy. The upside is phenomenal if these things can work out. Now, on the back end, who's crying over a 7th-round draft pick? Shout out to you, Jeremy. Thank you for your support, man. Thank you for your cash app. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for all that you do as well.
Take the money out, all of it.
And shout out to you, Stack Andre, for 50 stars.
Now, come on.
Shout out to y'all. So here's what I think that no one should be crying about. When you trade for a guy, he still will be under his rookie's contract. So you got another 4 years with him, right? On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, who's crying? Yeah. Even my guy Toxic Tom, man, my brother from another mother, even he said minimum risk, right? No one is crying over a 7th-round draft pick or a 5th-round draft. Nobody's crying over a 5th-round draft pick. Like I said, we got 10 draft picks, 10 of them, and we would not have 10 starters. Right? We would not get 10 starters out of this situation. So I want the Cowboys to trade away more of those back-end draft picks. You know what I'm saying? I want them to move around and do more and more willing and dealing. You know, I want these boys to continue to work like their ass is under fire. You know, that's what I want, you know. And say whatever you want, but that's what the Cowboys need to do. They don't need to be falling into love with the ideology. Let me see if I can pull this up, and I'm going to show y'all, of trying to keep all of these picks. Yeah, let me pull it around. Hold on, bear with me. Pull it up right quick. You know, let me just go back for 2022. 2022, Devin Harper, gone. Ridgeway, gone. Damone Clark, somebody can argue that he should be gone. Deron Bland, contract year. He's about to stay, which they found a starter out of him, right? That's one. Matt, well, let's go. It's kind of creepy with him. Hey, somebody saying, hey, can we get, well, let's go. Get gone, go. You know, Jake Ferguson, he's a starter. Jalen Tolbert, they trying to force him to be a starter, which, a lot of us kind of like out on him. Sam Will got high upside. Tyler Smith. So out of all of this, you got 2 in the possible as starters. So I think that the Cowboys need to do more and more of figuring out ways to not have all of these draft picks, because you got so much growing pains that you got to go through, right? Yeah. The 5th comp pick. Yeah, Daz, appreciate you. Most day 3 picks get Thanos snapped anyhow. You ain't lying.
Dread it. Run from it.
Yes, he ain't lying. But destiny, yeah, arrives all the same. So, most of us, I know you guys been hearing my brother from another mother, AOC, going back and forth with the Cowboys fan base as well as Athletes First. I get his notion. That was my morning video, and then right before I hit send, this breaking news hit, so you may see that video floating around. I'm just going to rehash what Jerry Jones liked to do and what Boss Cowboys Sports pulled up, and it was a great research. I'm thinking that Boss Cowboys Sports is the ultimate research analysis, analyst out here, and he will pull data up and get things going far as what Jerry Jones say, because there's always multiple layers with Jerry Jones, right? You don't know whether or not this is the damn owner, or is this the general manager, or is he the salesperson at this point. He got multiple hats. Somebody gonna say, hey, I wish Jerry can just sit down somewhere and just let somebody else operate this. But Jerry is always in the business of selling something, right? And even if it's been a 30-year drought, 30-season situation, even if it's been something of that nature, Jerry knows how to stir up the pot. And he even said it. He would tell you his moves. He would literally tell you what he's going to do. And this is what we're going to click on and see right here. Listen properly.
right now.
Not at all. My experience has been, and I hope that our fans would understand that I do know how to keep it stirred up.
That brother said, I don't hope that I know who the hop. Yeah. He knows how to stir this thing up, man. And that's what he said. Watch this. Listen properly, Yeah.
Has been, and I hope that our fans would understand that I do know how to keep it stirred up.
Most agents get mad as hell if I talk to the player. So you don't even have talks if they had their way about it. If you see what I mean. And so my point is, it's a misnomer to think that talks are the total or the beginning of a time clock on talks.
Look at that man. He's sure.
What's your point?
Has that much to do with signing a player. Those two aren't necessarily the same.
Okay.
What do agents think of when you have those direct talks with players? Do you think they're like, wait a minute, we don't want that?
Yeah, and I really, are you kidding me? That's just not something that you should worry about. You should be worrying about your ability to make it work, and you should be worried about what the player does. Does he have good enough health? Does he have enough skill to do what you're paying him the money for? The agent is not a factor here or something to worry about. And I don't know his name.
Hope that our fans would understand.
Yeah. So he said that he don't know his name. Now here's the other side of the storyline, right? One of the things that I really want to pull up with Jerry and what he said. Now, basically, when we talk about this, some can say tongue in cheek, Jerry. But for 30 years, 30 seasons, it's been more of this right here. And I got to pull this up because he said from his mouth to y'all ears that he get what he want. Let's listen to it one more time.
I've never had anything I wanted I couldn't get. Ever. I'll figure out a way. I really haven't.
So, Jerry, if he really, do he want the Super Bowl or not? Jerry? So you wanted this for 30 years, 30 seasons. Let me know what you want, Jerry. Because he said, unless he done already said, I only want these 3 Super Bowls and I don't want nothing else, So let me know how all of this can work out, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. No, Dak still have a no trade clause. Oh man, Pelotero, how you gonna call Milton trash? He just got here. Man. How you gonna do Milton like that? There's been multiple situations, and I'm not saying that Milton is the next greatest thing since sliced bread, but there's been multiple accounts of a certain player going from one team to the next, and all of a sudden, they see the light. Brett Favre started off with the Atlanta Falcons, right? Who's old enough to remember Steve Young? Steve Young started off with Tampa Bay and went to the 49ers, So, hey, at the end of the day, it is for what it is, Cowboy Nation. But that's just how it is. Shout out to you, Stevie. Sometimes you need a change of scenery. I'm not saying that this guy's going to be able to walk on water. No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm getting at is the fact that the Cowboys at least taking a shot at this particular kid that will fit right on in with what Shotty's trying to do. That's what I'm getting at. And if you don't understand that, then I don't know what else to say. But I can tell y'all, and shout out to you, Jeremy, and thank you for your Cash App, as well as Jason Barnes. Appreciate you for your Cash App. Joe Milton is the future. Justin, it's been a while. Appreciate you. Milton give us more consistency at the backup position. Yeah. Here's another thing that I really, really want Joe to do when we get into training camp, when we get into OTAs. I want us to have the keen ability to do proper evaluations of the wide receivers. Let me say this again. When Joe Milton is out there in Oxnard and beyond, I want to get a real evaluation of our wide receivers, especially on deeper routes. I need to know if Kevontae Turpin, if he's able to take the top off the defense. I just want to be able to have Joe to have a 3-step drop and lob that thing all the way down the field so we can see, right? And then don't let us go get Ted. Oh, it's going to be some miracle catches over here. Yeah, I would love to see that as well. Also, I would love to see the fact that when we get into training camp, if we have a situation and scenario with Ryan Flo and Mingo and all of this, is that can we finally get a real evaluation? It was so crazy last Oxnard deal when you had Trey Lance and you had Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was just trying to keep it safe and keep everything afloat. And then, of course, the Dak Prescott of the world. It was just a weird, odd moment. Justin Mitchell says, Lord, we finna make Milton better. We got to chill. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's just for what it is. I don't think we can make him better. Laughing my ass off these folks, man. Yeah. Who's mad? Who? Yeah. My guy, Doug Williams, was a Buccaneer before he went to Washington, sir. Yeah, shout out to you, David Jenkins. Shout out to Doug Williams too, But Steve Young is what I was thinking of, and he Steve Young did start off at the Bucs, and then he went to the 49ers, right? I am right with that, right? And Brett Favre was never drafted as Brett Favre. He was drafted as Brett Favors because they couldn't even say his name right, and he was drafted by the Atlanta, right? And then he went to Green Bay. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was on the Green Bay's Packers practice squad, right? Fooled around, went here, went there, went to go work at Walmart or Sack and Save, and then all of a sudden found himself in a St. Louis Rams uniform, right? So, I'm not saying that Joe Milton will be able to walk on water, but I want to give the possibilities of the positive aspects of it, right? Yeah, faves. Who remember that? Drake Matic, boy, you remember that? Yes. Oh, so I am correct, right? Shout out to you, Chris Carter, and Chris Carter was a real good wide receiver. We had a guy. What was the? Ooh, I love bringing up these little old stories. Yeah. Did I say Kurt Warner? Not Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I said Kurt Warner. Yeah. I said Kurt Warner. Yeah. Kurt Warner started out. I said Kirk Cousins, but I thought I said Kurt Warner. Y'all messed me up with my story time, man. But this was another story time. Who was the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers? His name is at the tip of my tongue. Who was the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers that when they went to the Super Bowl, I think they lost to the Patriots? What was that damn quarterback name? Y'all pull up that quarterback. No, Vay. I don't just be talking. I got some real tangible stuff with here. You listen, you know what I'm talking about. What was that quarterback? Y'all got the Googles right in front of you. Yeah. What was the quarterback that went to the? Okay, I got a storyline with that. All right, shout out to you, G Cuddy. Joe accuracy is a huge question. Yes, you are not lying with that. As a backup, we're gonna put Milton in. With Mingo and Flo. Yeah, they better learn how to jump ball. Yeah. All right, so Jake the Home. All right, so this is what, some of y'all may be too young, but Jake the Home put down where he started his career at. Yeah, where did Jake the Home started at? A little silver and a little blue. Yeah, Jake the Home. was on the Cowboys practice squad, right? And ended up moving here and there. I think he was on the team for a hot coffee time. And then all of a sudden, he went over to the Carolinas and stuff. And, hey, made it all the way to the Super Bowl. And that drought period of us not having a damn quarterback, we could have had Jake the Holmes. Yeah, so it goes multiple ways. Hey, don't let that mind continue to start moving, Yeah. Yeah, the H is silent, though. I can't, I'm from Mississippi, man. We just said, and y'all know what we talking about, Yeah, yes, and then y'all know who we talking about. And Jimmy Smith also, yeah. Shout out to Jimmy, man. My Jackson State alum. Yeah, shout out to my Jackson State guys, man. Yeah, y'all know Jake D. Homie. Yeah. hey, who played that old school Madden back in the days? And Pat Summerall, the Holmes drops back, is picked off. Yeah. All right, shoot. What we going to do at this time, man, if you watching this show and you're enjoying what you're hearing, please hit that like button, share this content. But if you smell something off a little bit and you just trying to make sure that it's not you and you got all your stuff in order, let me tell you what you can use and utilize. And it lasts up to 72 hours on fresh skin. Not on that old skin. Make sure you wash yourself before you put this on. But it can help you out down the stretch. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor. And that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack. And that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here. And they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
No doubt, man. So stay in control of your odor. Be sure to check out the information in the description box. Check out Mando. Thank them for all that they do here. But I want y'all to smell fresh and clean, man. We don't want to be smelling like wolf, musky skunks. Oh, I almost said something crazy. All right, Posey states over 1,000 folks in here and only 200 something likes. Y'all need to stop the foolishness. And it only takes a few seconds to hit that like button, man. Come on with it. Come on with it, man.
Shame.
How y'all gonna do this to me, man?
Shame.
Yeah. So with that being said, what I like to do at this time is open up the floor for all of you guys to call in. We're gonna make a call-in session before 10 o'clock. How does something? But before we do that, we got one more thing that we got to announce, because this call-in show is brought to you by my other partners that's in pretty much good situations with you to help you out and not take advantage of you like those insurance companies or some of these owners, Yeah.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214-817 either or, and all of the threes you can dial. They located here in the heart of Dallas. They pretty much have over a combined of 100 years of experiences. With that being said, they would take great care of you, not advantages of you like those insurance companies. And I've seen true stories where insurance companies say, hey, man, we can get you about $15,000. Right. And ended up talking to these lawyers. Now it's $500,000. or $1 million. So be sure to reach out to Frenkel & Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Come on with it.
Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. It's the OFC what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just like 100 grand.
The hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391. And the first person that's in here from the 815, good Lord, I already know what you're going to say. I got Brandon Ross, you're live on the nation. Damn.
Let's go,
Hold on, shit.
Let's go, Joe.
Out of all of the people, you the first in line. Oh my God. All right, man. What you got? Okay, hold on. I got you. I'll give you the 4.
What?
Come on.
Shout out to that brother, the first black quarterback on the team. Hey, Law, I'm gonna move on, Law. I'm not even gonna, you know people don't want to know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna move on.
Oh my gosh, man.
Law.
What you got? What you got?
Let's keep it real, Law.
All right.
I got one question before I go. Is Joe? You will agree, Joe Milton has all the talent in the world. You will agree.
All of the shit. When you look at his tape, he can make every throw. He gonna miss it. He gonna miss it. You better double tape your phalanges. Yeah.
He will miss some throws because when you have a spectacular arm like he do, you will try some stuff. But Law, I got to get into some actual facts. Let's get into some facts. In New England, it's people in that building who thought Joe Milton was the better quarterback. If you don't believe me, they got all their preseason analysis. I asked anybody with any type of common sense, go look and read what the New England Patriots were saying about Joe Milton.
Okay.
Also, another thing. We don't have to say, well, what would he do in the NFL? He played a game. I know a quarterback. I'm not going to say his name, but I know a quarterback who won the starting job of a playoff game and missed me there. Oh, no, he did. Yes, he did. He came to L.A. That's all I'm going to say. He wore number 4. Also, I want to say this. No more of this BS politics. Oh, look. Law Nation said, I want guys who willing to compete. Ain't that what you said, Law?
Yeah.
So, like, if any one of you Dak fans in Law, that includes you respectfully. Any one of you Dak fans who like, oh, why we get him? Then this is exactly why I want Dak gone. But I will say this, if Dak is who y'all think he is, he might got another year or 2 left in him in Dallas before Joe take over. How about them Cowboys? Well, shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to Joe Milton. Hey, VIP, where you at?
Yeah, okay. Appreciate you, man, for calling in, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. Joe knows, man. That was Brandon, not Rick, but Ross, man. But as you guys can see, the man got a cannon for an arm as he's able to take that ball and chunk it. And I think that ball landed somewhere in Mississippi, man, on that photo, on this video. Let's see if he can put it on the market, though. Target market. You can tell Brandon swinging his hair back and forth. But, the next caller, from the 703, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Law Firm. 703, who we got here in the building, man? Talk to me.
You're listening to nothing but the best, and it's a damn shame that all you people are waking up this morning and getting the news as it breaks, and there's only 416 likes from my brother from another mother. Law Nation.
Man,
hit that damn like button for Law.
J Diz.
What's going on,
yeah.
Law?
J
What's
Diz,
good with you, man?
$5.
You know, it's good to hear
Really
your
know
voice,
who it
man.
is,
Brandon
Yeah,
Underneath
yeah,
Sons
this
of
is my
Joy.
brother. This is my brother from another mother, man, Mark Holmes, man. Sure.
There you go.
Hey, I saw the name up there. I said, man, maybe I'm being catfish or one of them pranks, man. What you doing, man? You calling in and everything? Sure, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I gotta bow down to the greatest out there, man.
Nah, man, that's
I'm
you.
just-
That's
you.
you.
You know what's about to happen, right?
What's about to happen now?
The same game every time we bring in somebody. It's the new replacement, man. It's
Yeah.
the new hype.
Uh-huh.
And Joe Milton, man, he got that arm that can hit that 82-yard pass.
Yeah.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming. He's younger.
Yeah.
He's more athletic. He's not broken.
Mafia
You know
Productions,
that's gonna be the
$10.
talk of the town.
It's a great move.
Yeah.
He's probably an update
It's
for
gonna
Rush,
be a
and young enough to
situation
take over
whereas
when Doc retires.
we went from a water gun as a backup quarterback, and now we got a bazooka. Yeah, so it's gonna be mad crazy, man. Mark, man, you know, we've been working together, man, for a long time, not a short time, and I always love the fact that you keep moving, and I just want to be able to. I was lost for words, man, for what you were going through, and I just want to tell you, man, my condolences out to you and your family. You know, the nation never go without ears of hearing things that goes on, and I just want to let you know, man, that I'm in your corner. And I'm praying for you, bro, and I hope all is well, man.
I appreciate that, man. If y'all don't know if he's talking about my dad passing along with my father-in-law. The reason why I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan in the Washington, D.C. area is because my dad was one.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I don't know how you feel about everything that's going on this offseason, but at least the Cowboys are working on getting everybody in here at the same time. Instead of waiting until training camp, you know, get everybody here and get them all on the same page. And I think that that's actually going to be the biggest benefit of everything that they're doing right now.
Man, is getting everybody here. And do you feel as if, though, you're on a positive aspect? I know 30 years, 30 seasons. Do you feel like on a positive aspect of what they're doing, or is it still going to be more of the same of the Cowboys doing this song and dance?
You know, here's the thing that's been interesting, at least to me. You know, everybody wants to get the big names that you know, but a lot of times when you look at the receivers that, you know, were out there getting signed, most of them were on the tail end side of their career and looking for that last, you know, big paycheck on out the door.
Right.
The Cowboys seem to have gotten a lot of younger people that the incentive is to play well to get that next contract. They're going to be hungrier, and they're definitely younger. You know,
Right.
Jimmy Johnson talks about, yeah, we got all those trades, but people don't understand. We brought in 53 different players between trades and trying to find the right guys, and then they coached them up. You got to feel better this year than you did last year.
Yeah, we definitely do, man, especially whenever you have someone that say, hey, I got the identity. The identity now is we want to be physical. We want to be fast. We want to play and run with a purpose. I think that plays a more role than what we did the previous year because no one knew the identity of what the Cowboys were last season, or at least what they were trying to do until like the tip of the schedule last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think, though, at this point, they need to just lock Jerry Jones up in a closet right now. I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like Stephen Jones was actually beginning to run the organization more like a team is supposed to be kind of run, where it's about the team and not the personalities, and stepping back and letting the people do the work that do the work. You know, Will McClay working with the coaching staff to figure out what they need.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, man. That sounds exactly what's going on. So, with that being said, Mark, you want to hang tight, man? Or you got to go?
All right, I'm good, man. I'm just sitting right here, relaxing and watching the news go by.
Yeah, I got Brandon Ross still here, and I got another guy too cool. But I'm gonna circle back, man. If you want to say anything to Brandon Ross, because he got a feeling that this dude Joe is gonna be the good replacement here. Hold tight for me.
Okay.
All right, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I got Mark on the phone, man. 3-way call,
What's up,
man. What's
Mark?
good?
How you doing
Mark,
this morning?
Mark, what do you think he got an opportunity to take a 2-5 Dak job? What's up?
You know what? If he can take his job, then he's going to be really good, and I'd be happy as shit about that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about maybe next season, or maybe if Dak gets hurt again, it's over. But I'm thinking it may be another season. I think it's time to. I've been thought it was time to release Dak, but what you think? What you think? Just tell me.
Looking around the NFL with teams that are thirsty for quarterbacks and retreaded treads that are going left and right, you can't just throw away a quarterback. And that's why the Cowboys tried with Trey Lance, hoped that they could coach him up and have something. Because, look at the quarterback draft this year. Do you really feel like that there's a lot of great talent out there? And this is why they made the trade for Joe Milton. You're looking at these guys, and it's all the same. There's very few good quarterbacks. The thing that you got to do is you got to supplement them. You can't just sit here and say, well, we can just run, anybody at running back, and we just have CeeDee Lamb, and we'll just throw it there. Put some people around him. Your quarterback can do the job.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that last part about your quarterback can do the job, but I do agree we do need talent around him. His best years is when he has a bell cow back. If we do anything over 30 carries, we will win the game. But, hey, I just believe, like, Dak Prescott, he's injury prone. He can't run anymore. He's not the quarterback y'all fell in love with. That's all I think.
I hear what you're saying on that, my man. But what I will say is, what quarterback can you bring in here with the team we had last year and win? Because as much as the Eagles love Jalen Hurts with 21 passes a game and 18 TDs ain't winning the Super Bowl with that Cowboys roster last year.
Respectfully, I think we need to keep a Super Bowl winning quarterback name out the Dallas Cowboys mouth. We got a quarterback who's been here 9 years, 2 playoff victories. Do I think Jalen Hurts could have won more games? Possibly. I don't think Dak is I think Dak is average. So yes, I do think we could. Matter of fact, Cooper Rush did better. In his A starts versus Dak A starts. Law Nation, Cooper Rush was 4-4, Dak was 3-5. Is that a lie or is that the truth?
Well, we got to also understand that they did change up the way that they were playing, and they did change up the way they called those plays. They did more runs, and the levels of strength of opponents was different. We went through a gauntlet on the first weeks of the season there. But I get when people think that Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott because of
I did not say he was better.
No, that's what you implied. That's implied. That's implied. That's implied. That's implied. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
You forgot about a couple of games that we had there that were losses of Dak's that our defense couldn't even force a punt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's always the quarterback that gets the blame, but our defense was a hell of a lot better, and our running game was a hell of a lot better the second half of the season.
So
we were only getting about
exactly
68 yards a game rushing the football.
Mr. Mark, can I say this? Y'all was the one that gave me the excuses. Well, Dak was hurt. We had our all-world corner was hurt. Michael Parsons missed game.
He did miss game.
Do our defense get any? Can we stall the defense out? Because Dak has had. Let me put it to you like this: the offense has had more talent than the defense has had since Dak has been there. My only point of saying it is the defense has overachieved. I think in Dak's time, I can say in big moments, our offense underachieved. That's all I'm saying. So Dak is not.
I would actually make the argument the other way around, because how many players do you really look like are superstars? I will actually say that Dak Prescott elevated a bunch of these players. When you bring in a guy like Randall Cobb, who was going downhill for 4 years, 4 years, Randall Cobb, his last year in Green Bay was 400 yards, and he comes in and has over 800 yards, gets a $25 million contract. to go to the Texans, and then goes back down to 400 yards. Now you can go through and you can look at Dez. Hold on. Let me finish this one. You can go through.
Okay.
You can go through and say, yeah, well, you had Dez Bryant. Well, Dez Bryant was in the tail end of his career. But then you look at the other guys that were around. Most of the guys that we have at wide receiver, have besides either CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper, have been a bunch of guys.
Mr. Mark.
You don't look at it. When you had a Debo, an Ayuk, a Christian McCaffrey, and a George Kittle to be able to throw to. When you got one freaking target, it's a whole lot easier to stop than when you've got multiple ones.
Mr. Mark, I gotta stop you. Mr. Mark, you know that's not true. We had you realize the people you talking about when we had those guys, we had them all on the same team for multiple years, Mr. Mark. We had Cooper, we had CD. I don't know if we had
they had them
CD,
1 year. 1 year together.
7 games.
Okay, well,
wait. You consider Noah Brown a great wide receiver? I picked the ball up so Jacksonville could get a pick 6 and win. Who literally cost us a game.
Mr. Mark, you sounded like
Come
a
on, man.
You sounded like a man.
Bro, I'm calling
Hey, Brandon, boy, I got more people now than tuned in since you called in, and I'm gonna let them get in here. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Let me get my next caller on. But man, it was good circling back. But appreciate you, Brandon. Thank you.
Shout out to you, Lord.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Brandon.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, just hold tight, man. You get the co-pilot of the show today, man. I appreciate you for jumping in. I got from the 9-10. Yeah, you jumped into the hornet's nest over here. I got my brother from another mother. Too cool. What's good with you?
Hey, man, I just got back from this deployment, so you know I had to call in.
I know you had to call in. What you got for the show today, man? I got Mark Holmes, too, on the line.
I listen to Mark, too.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I got 2 things, though, man. Like,
what's your 2 things?
On that Dak thing, I just think we just got to let the Dak thing go, man. Just let it play out, because everybody got an argument when it comes to Dak and what we feel that a quarterback or a Super Bowl winning quarterback should or shouldn't do. So at this point, you just got to let it play out. Second is when it comes to quarterbacks right now, the NFL kind of been getting it wrong. Because even when you look at Caleb Williams versus Jalen Daniels based off performance, he should have been the first pick. Yeah. Then you go back to Zach Wilson and Trey Lance in them draft, they formed that whole draft.
Yeah.
They formed the whole draft on expectations of quarterbacks. But I got a question for y'all. If the Cowboys took Emeka Egbuka with the 12th pick, and based off Ted McMillan interviews about not watching film, and you circle back in the second round, 6 picks left till we get back to the 12th pick in the second round, would you trade up there and get Ted McMillan?
So you talking about do a double wide receiver, get Egbuka and Ted? Just trade back in.
We got a Egbuka and Ted slip. Would you go get them both?
Like back to back, 2 wide receivers.
Back to back.
Man, we need a running back, man. We got to get a fat boy back too, man. We got to get another big interior guy or someone that can penetrate up the field on this defensive side for my guy, Matt Eberflus. I like our defensive front, but I need me a young defensive tackle or somebody that can make an impact on defense. We can't go wide receiver.
But this is a deep draft with running back. I think this is the deepest draft in like the past 30 years.
But now you got to understand we don't have a 4th round draft pick and we don't have the 5th nor the 7th round draft pick. So how deep do we can go with this? We trying to scoop into the 6th, well 3rd round.
I'm not touching a defensive player until the 5th round.
Who's
I'm not touching no defense until the 5th round.
Ocho, who is your other DB? You see, we raise the blade thin every DB.
Mm-hmm.
No, but still though, if I can afford to get in a fist fight, Cincinnati, Joe Burrow gets all this hype because he's in a fist fight, and they still have a chance, even with that sorry ass defense. They still have a chance to win the game because that offense is so high powered. They got a high powerful offense. You don't think Cincinnati will go back in if Tech was to slip to them, they would be like, hey, let me not drive Tech McMillan. I think Cincinnati will take Tech. And they even though they just signed Higgins and they just signed Jamar Chase. It's just like I don't want to be the team that constantly focus on defense.
I'm tired of hearing Cincinnati this and that. They better go do the right thing and get them another damn offensive lineman, because I'm tired of them saying, Joe Burrow, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He got the running back. He got the wide receivers, the tight end. He got the all, but he got no O-line. Give Joe Burrow the O-line. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of people. Look, as they talk about Cowboys excuses, come on, man. Give Joe Burrow's the offensive line.
Last thing for you and Mark, because I told you I'm coming next. You know, I'm gonna be on the scene real soon because my retirement got approved. But my last thing is, what if the Cowboys go with Warren at the 12th pick for the tight end from Penn State? How you feel about that?
I mean, I like Tyler Warren. I think that he can do everything on the field. He's a do-all guy, but that's a luxury pick. I think that, you know, we need to get a solidified player at that spot. And I don't think that Tyler Warren will warrant that, you know, for us, unfortunately. If I want us to get a wide receiver, let it be a wide receiver. If I want to get us a running back, let's get a running back. I don't want to get us a switch arm and knife right there.
Well, shit, based off your logic, just take the first pick this year, take the first pick next year and the third round pick, and then just trade up to Cleveland and then get over Travis Hunter. You kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, but you know how they go. But what you got on that, Mark, before we let Too Cool leave?
Here's the argument for the tight end, at least, okay? Because they do want to run the ball more, which would help out your offensive line. And you look at pretty much for about the last 12, 15 years, how important and key tight ends are, whether it's Gronk and Hernandez, whether it's like Zach Ertz, or if it's George Kittle. Lord knows Kittle killed us in the playoffs there, where Diggs should have jacked him up and kept him from getting the catch. Having a great tight end is key, and it's that security blanket for the quarterback. Now, I don't know about taking the number 12 pick, but they do need to have better play at tight end. We have not had great tight end play really the whole time that we've had Dak, other than Dalton Schultz one year at 800 yards and Ferguson having one 2 years ago. We really need to do better on that end.
I can't argue that. I agree. Well, that's a good stance on you, Tyler Warren, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Hey, Mark, keep doing what you're doing. Locke, keep doing what you're doing. Love y'all, man.
Yes, indeed. Mark, you still got time? You still good?
Y'all need to hit this damn like button up in here, man.
Yeah. Hit that like button. Mark, you good? You still want to hang tight, or you need to go?
Stay on for a little bit more, man.
All right. Yes, indeed, man. We still have the infamous, man, Mark Holmes. Be sure to check out him and his shows, man. He don't do a good job at all. He does a great job, and you will find that he's the pillar of the Cowboys community as Cowboys content creations. He's one of the best at it, man, and I learned so much from Mark. And if you guys ever in his area, man, I'm telling you, man, he cooked the best foods, man. There could be other people, but, man, Mark, he throw down, man. I got the 678. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
All right, man. What's up, man, Law?
Not much,
Mark?
man.
Hey, good morning.
All right. This is Terrence from Atlanta, but stationed here in Washington.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just want to go talk about, the move and everything about what they just did now. So, how I feel about what this is, I agree everything like with Mark. You know, not trying to show me as a much of a, too much of a real Dak fan, that. But at the end of the day, he's still, he's still a quarterback for Cowboys. So, you know what I'm saying? Still got to respect that, So, all I'm saying is this is, okay, that's a cool move.
It's really enough for the Patriots to use.
We'll see. But at the same time, though, I just want to fast forward this. If he's going to be the next quarterback for the future of the Cowboys, I definitely going to see they're going to say the same shit about with him, but they say the same thing with Dak, and he's going to say the same thing with Romo. Because I feel like this front office is going to do the same thing. Just put just the least amount of talent, and then it's not going to do X, Y, Z with things. Because they've been doing this for so long.
Right.
They've been doing this with Romo. They've been doing this with Dak. And then these people right here, like they said, they're going to be like, oh, look at him as the replacement for Dak. Okay, cool. But I promise you, you're going to say the same thing to him. You're going to be very critical with him again if he becomes a starter.
Oh, you talking about just regardless? I mean, everybody looking for results, man. And right now it's been 30 years, 30 seasons. I get that. So people want to see the absolute results as it relates to the Cowboys. Regardless, I think the fan base is going to always be splitted and divided. Believe it or not, even when we were winning, I know Mark can contest to this. The backup quarterback always been the shining armor, you know.
He's always the most popular player on every roster.
Yep. And even when we were winning Super Bowls, right? They were still saying that, man, if John Elway was here or Dan Marino was here, I mean, Troy Aikman, man, he just this and that, you know. But I love to be on the argument side with the wins, though. Just show me the win. Show me the ways whereas we can win with everyone versus putting everything on one person. And I think that over the course of the years, the Cowboys been accustomed to just saying, put it all on Tony Romo. Put it all on Dak Prescott when it takes a complete team to win. And I think fans have been short-sighted with that due to the rise of the social media and as well as ESPN with clicks. They don't talk about nobody else. They only talk about the Cowboys. If I was an alien from another planet and I came here, I wouldn't even known that the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. I would have thought that the Cowboys did that, you know.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. And, you know, he want to go, you know, the other caller, he want to say about, you know, be a little more critical with Dak and everything. Okay, it's fine, whatever. But, bro, it's like, only thing you can say is one playoff game you can go be critical on him was that 2022 season when the defense showed up. And then when Dak threw that pick, and then Zeke was in the flat, and he didn't throw it to Zeke. Yeah, you be critical about him. But guess what, though? They got rid of Mark Cooper, though. So he had nobody less. He had least weapons. He only had Michael Gallup with a bum-ass knee, and then CeeDee Lamb, and that was it.
Right.
I mean, and TP got hurt. So what I'm saying, if they would have did, this front office would have did they're supposed to do by keeping Mark Cooper and then go add another good talent, let Michael Gallup walk. Then, man, we probably definitely had won that game. Pretty much, we definitely should have won that game.
No doubt, man. You're right, man. Appreciate you, man, for calling in, man. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good call from. Yeah, Mark. You know, I mean, everybody will go back to those defining moments, man. 2021, 2022, and 2023. Those 3 years in a row, bro. I think that 2021, that was our fairest shot at it. We just had 14 penalties, 14 to 15 penalties. And, you know, we looked terrible at the house, you know, and we only still lost by one possession.
You know what's really killed us more than anything else in the playoffs is if you go back to Dak's rookie year, I wish we could have this Dak Prescott with him, with that team. You had Zeke run against Green Bay 125 yards, 5.2 yard average. Dak threw 304 yards. And unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers pulled off some magic going down the stretch.
Yeah.
That's the winning formula in the playoffs. Unfortunately, in the last few years, when we get to the playoffs, we cannot run the football at all.
Right.
You look at the numbers for Zeke Elliott in the playoffs, and you'll see 2.2, 2.3 yards a carry in those games where we are just literally getting about 60 yards rushing the football.
Thanks.
And then to counter it, we always have the Achilles heel of never being able to stop the run. Now, people will point to and they'll say, well, you know, Jalen Hurts, you know, he overcome because Saquon Barkley didn't get any yards. It's like, you don't really understand football because what Kansas City's goal was, we're not going to let Saquon beat us.
Right.
They put extra men in the box to make sure that they shut him down because he was a threat. We ain't got nobody that's a threat at running back that scares you like that. So they can keep extra people in coverage to stop you.
Yep.
You know, it's the chicken and the egg. And they'll say, well, you know, Dak didn't do anything in the playoffs. Well, you got one freaking weapon with CeeDee Lamb and a Noah Brown. Sorry, I'm not going to look and say Noah Brown is a top receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, and every time I try to lament that, we get either labeled as, hey, man, you just an apologist for Dak. But even if you go back to Roger, you know, Staubach days, you still can mention a guy named Tony Dorsett, right? You can still mention a Dwayne Thomas, right? Or you can still lament the fact that they had the doomsday defense. Yeah, he had doomsday. Yeah, shoot. And you got defining moments, man, big plays that you can go back on, and you can't name them for the Cowboys time, because if my guy, the original 88, had parquet hands, and not able to focus and concentrate and catch that ball, we wouldn't even be talking about a third of this stuff, right? And then if you go back and you look at Troy Aikman, of what he was able to do in the postseason, it's remarkable, man, that to this day, we still have the postseason record at running back for touchdowns. That's still, no one have topped that. And that's Emmitt Smith in the postseason. And that's many a moons ago.
Right.
But we don't get these levels of production from our players because we putting it all on 4. When I ask people, name me somebody else that stood tall on the offensive side in the postseason outside of Dak, they can't find a single player. They can't find a single player, Mark. It's crazy. I got Marcus, man, from the 513. You're live on the Nation. And then I have the 585. Marcus, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good, Law? And what's going on, Mark?
Hey, I'm just living the dream, man.
Yes, sir. So, real quick, I want to see what you guys think about this, but this is kind of like my big priorities in the draft. I would probably have to say receiver, running back, defensive tackle, corner,
right,
and offensive tackle. What do you guys think of that?
You said it again. You kind of sound airy, man. It's like you're driving or something, so I can barely hear you. So you're saying,
I'm in the car.
All right, so say those names again, and I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so not in order, but receiver, running back, defensive tackle, corner, and offensive tackle for depth. Offensive tackle, at least the depth part.
I can go with that.
You talking about in that order? That's what you would like to do?
Not in order, but I feel like that should kind of like be our focus of what we're continuing to pick up moving forward, like free agency and drafting.
Free agency and draft pick. I mean, I think that, okay, wide receiver, they said they are not done with wide receivers, so I'm thinking that they may still go grab a wide receiver. I'm not necessarily looking at the free agent pool as a wide receiver out there outside of Keenan Allen, maybe an Amari Cooper, but I would rather for us to trade for one if we're going to do that. Yeah. Tyler Lockett, I think that could be a post-draft situation for us. But
Lockett went to the Patriots.
Oh, he got picked up by the Patriots?
Oh, did he? Okay.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Good breaking news on that one then. Oh, wow.
There we go.
Man. Let's go, man. So shout out to the Patriots, man. But I think that he would have been a post-draft situation. I think you can find a Lockett somewhere in the draft, But far as O-line, I'm tired of us drafting offensive linemen in the first round.
Yeah, not first
I'm
round,
tired of it.
though.
Yeah, I'm tired of that, man. And and if you go on and get offensive linemen in the later rounds, just be prepared to wait for 2 to 3 years before he can even develop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I appreciate you, Marcus, though. Yeah.
Here's the thing I look at is, do you honestly look and say that the Dallas Cowboys have had a great offensive line over the last 4 years?
No, man, we've been battered and bruised, man. And the last time this offensive line been healthy, Mark, was 2015. I'm seeing people in the chat saying, "Well, Dak had an Ezekiel Elliott." It goes back to your point. We had all of the things in 2016 to win that game, right? But our defense let up a big play. We was down 30 points almost, and we rallied back. But the ideology, our defense couldn't get a turnover, a scoop and score, none of that stuff. It takes a complete team.
As nice as it would be to have a great offensive line, Dak has been dealing with not having a great offensive line for a while. The best thing you could do to help an offensive line is to be able to run, because Terrence Steele is a better run blocker than pass blocker. He's top 15 run blocking. He's about 70 at pass blocking. And you need somebody to help stretch out the field. So if you do those two things right there, that offense will be able to do a lot more. I know everybody says Dak is done and can't move, but seeing him right now moving the way he is, knowing he's still got 4 more months to recover, seeing him lose that weight, he's going to move around a lot better than people think he's going to.
Yeah.
And he needs to have those weapons. We got to have those without a doubt. So at this moment, I think that the offensive line has to come later in the thing. It's got to be priority number one. It's getting the wide receiver and the running back.
Exactly, man. You get a wide receiver running back. I don't understand, like, for the life of people who say that they are diehard Cowboy fans that don't even know the history of their own team. Like, we never really won the Super Bowl without that dynamic running back, bro. We got to have it.
But here's the thing is, most Cowboy fans don't have a clue. They'll say, oh, Roger Staubach was the greatest quarterback, in Cowboys history, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a tight end in Billy Joe Dupree.
Yep.
He had Tony Dorsett for a running back. He had, Drew Pearson and Tony Thrill Hill. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, you got to understand, they had the Manster, Randy White, probably the most underrated player out there that it's a travesty that he is not in the Ring of Honor, Harvey Martin. And they basically have gone through, they don't count sacks until 1982.
Right.
But the Cowboys, they have it on the film. He had 114 sacks in his career.
Mm.
And we're talking about a guy that was a game changer.
Right.
Put into that teams only averaged 19 passes a game and only had 14 game schedules. And he had 23 in one season. We look at it and say, oh, man, well, you had D-Law. D-Law couldn't scratch the surface of the Doomsday defense.
Facts.
And
man.
People don't understand. You can take the same thing with Troy Aikman. Is Troy Aikman winning the Super Bowl without having Emmitt Smith?
No, he ain't win. He's 1-15 or something like 1-19 or something like that without Emmitt. Yeah. So shoot.
This is where I'm not saying Dak Prescott's the best quarterback in the world.
Right.
And you don't have too many options of finding somebody today that's going to step in that's going to be better. We've tried, journeymen like Andy Dalton that everybody thought was as good as Dak Prescott. We've had Trey Lance, who was a first-round draft pick. And we see the highway littered with all of these great quarterbacks that everybody said is going to be great that can't bust a grade.
Yep.
So the best thing you can do is go all in to try and say, let's see if we can win one with this guy.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
It's not happening.
About it and say, we got to replace him. That's the hardest position to replace. You can get receivers. You can get running backs. But getting a quarterback ain't easy.
It's definitely not easy, man. I got the 585, man. We're having a great time with Mark Holmes calling in, man. Special guest on the show today, co-piloting it with me. But 585, Tyreek, you're live on the Nation. Baby, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Law Nation? What's going on, Mark Holmes?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. My condolences to you and your family, man. My prayers
Thank you very much.
Your family, man. Definitely. Yeah, man. I think this Milton dude. I like the Milton when he was coming out of college.
Right.
I just felt like he wasn't polished all the way just yet.
Right.
But the dude has the physical traits. He can throw the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? He can run. He's mobile. He's a mobile quarterback.
Right.
I felt we could have drafted him when he was when he's getting drafted. He got drafted real late. He got drafted kind of late, didn't he?
Fifth round, fourth or fifth round guy, right?
Sixth round.
He was sixth round. He was originally a sixth round.
Yeah,
and they double dipped.
Pick.
They double dipped with him, right? So that's what they did. They ended up saying, okay, they drafted the other quarterback and they said, let's go do a double dip, and there you go. You have Milton there. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I like it. I like it. You get a younger quarterback can sit up under Dak. I don't think there's going to be any egotistical things going on. He can sit back and learn. You know what I mean?
Cowboy $9.99.
Doc
had Zeke in his run defense was still atrocious. These
I don't
fans kill me.
understand some of the Cowboy fans
#SMDH.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was same thing. Mark just had me in here yelling because I'm like, yo, what doesn't this organization? People don't understand about this organization. You have to run the ball, man, especially in the playoffs. The game slows down a little bit more.
Yeah,
you got to run the ball. It's ground and pounding defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That wins championships.
Yeah.
My whole thing is like you guys talking about. People need to really go back and watch that playoff game against Green Bay both the Green Bay games, playoff
Right,
games.
both of them.
Go back and watch both of the games, and you will see the difference in Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, as a rookie, came in with a running game.
Right.
And the only reason that first Green Bay game, he had to come back as a rookie. You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
As a rookie quarterback in your first playoff game they had to come back against Aaron Rodgers. Come on, man. I had to give the man his props for that because he did. He tried. But the defensive coordinator called prevent defense at the end of that game. That's why Aaron Rodgers had the time, because we didn't play. If we did the same thing we did the play before, he probably would have got hit because he almost got hit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they missed the call too in that game. It was a hold on.
Yeah,
on
and I think that
big
too many people in the huddle thing was kind of like bull sugar too. Like we get all of those crazy calls, man. But I can tell you, man, Mark Holmes. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is?
What's that?
All three of them damn Green Bay playoff games that we lost to, it was Mike McCarthy's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's been damn Mike McCarthy in 2014. It was Mike McCarthy in 16. And then on his way out, how fitting it is, it was Mike McCarthy in the 2023. That's the common denominator. Now that he's gone, let us see Green Bay now.
Well, now that you're talking about it, I'm thinking like, you're kind of right about that.
That damn Mike McCarthy. It's his fault. He's the common denominator.
But like I was trying to say though, Law, the difference between that Dak Prescott and the Dak Prescott that just lost the last Green Bay playoff game.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott made it to the playoffs without a running game. How many quarterbacks can make it to how many teams can make it to the playoffs without a running game and still be one of a runner-up for MVP? People don't talk about that.
People definitely
don't talk about that.
Man, appreciate you calling in.
A great offensive line.
Yes,
but
indeed.
See, here's the problem we have. Just listening to Jerry Jones, basically waiting to try and get Micah Parsons' deal done. And can we all agree that it's going to cost about $5 million more a year, right?
Right.
Calais Campbell just signed back with the Cardinals for $5 million. That's the kind of things that you are screwing the pooch of because of inactivity by the ownership or the laissez-faire. As he puts it, I get everything that I want. I don't care if I have to pay more for it. Well, that may be true, but it's costing you.
Yeah.
When you can't put out, I love the moves we've made, but we ain't done anything to stop the run.
Anything, man. It's crazy, bro. Look, you spitting the absolute truth. If we can just do these two things, run the ball and stop the run, we halfway there. I think we halfway there. I think it's opened up so many things.
Every playoff game we've lost, and usually those two things we are not doing.
Exactly, man. You still good on time, Mark?
Yeah, I got a little bit more.
Okay, I got from the 469. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers and Mark Holmes. Be sure to check out Mark Holmes on his YouTube page as well. What's good with you?
Good morning, Law. Good morning, Mark, man.
Appreciate
you. To your family, man. It's not going.
Thank you very much.
Loved one, but hey, just know Cowboys family will always be there for you. Real quickly, man. I'm real glad that Cowboys made this move because we all knew that solidifying a position helps you just kind of help the dominoes in the draft, right? Mm-hmm. And one quarterback I was really high on in the draft was Jalen Monroe. I think I told you, Law. Mm-hmm. But I think Milton, he just has more. Well, he has just enough talent as Monroe and even more, and his size and everything, right? Yep. And I think that is a great pickup for the Cowboys because I always tell you, Law, and I think you can attest to this, Mark, coaching fucking matters. No matter where you're at in life, in anything, if you don't have the proper structure in coaching, I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, all the recipes and everything, but you ain't going to make jack shit if you do not know how to do it yourself, right?
Big facts,
So I just feel like if Cowboys have the proper structure, right, and I think Schottenheimer can change that, because I feel like over the last 12 years, I mean, hell, all the years I was alive, I think Cowboys has lacked in the department of structure, especially in the coaching department. We all knew Jason Garrett wasn't all that. We knew Mike McCarthy wasn't all that.
Right.
And we all knew these all puppets were at least, puppets, right? But at least what's giving me hope for Schottenheimer is he's actually speaking to like, oh, no, we are going to change our attitude. This is what we're going to be about. And we ain't changing who we are. They better match up against us type of deal. And I love that because if there's one thing that's important in football is your confidence in your team and your system. So I think having Milton in this new era of Cowboys is going to do wonders, especially if that gets hurt. And I just want to ask you, Mark and Law, if there was one position that could be addressed, I mean, not just one position, but one position that could help be a contender for this year, what do you think would be that position for this year Cowboys?
If it's one for me, I'm looking at this running back room. I like Miles Sanders from afar and Javonte Williams from afar, right? And sometimes things can look good from afar, but when you walk close up on them, you say, wow, this is one ugly thing right here, and this person got a face only a mother could love, right? So I need some fresh legs. I need somebody that can make an impact now. I'm not looking from afar. I want somebody now, and that's what I'm looking. If it's one position that I know for sure that can help out this team, will be a running back because it opens up what your quarterback can do. But go ahead, Mark, your turn.
I can agree with the running back. We definitely have to because that's going to – part of the problem with last year is, people would say Dak just played awful. Well, when I know that I've got one target to stop, losing Brandon Cooks was actually really hurt us because now you got Jalen Tolbert, who is your next most experienced wide receiver out there. Mm-hmm. And Jalen Tolbert, he was good a couple of games, but most of the times he disappeared. So teams knew all we got to do is stop CD. And the running game was atrocious. So what happened there is now everybody knows they're rushing the passer, which made Terrence Steele that much more ineffective. They have to get balanced, but they also have to spread out the field. Yeah. And that's where I really believe we've got to get a guy who's ready right now to make some plays opposite CeeDee Lamb. If they do that, I swear that will make all levels better because they can't put Aiden in the box, especially if Ferguson gets back to where he was. Because then I'm going to start setting up a 12 personnel. If I've got CeeDee Lamb and another quality receiver out there, and they put 8 men in the box to try and stop us because we got 12 personnel, then I'm running those two guys deep. Yeah. And I'm doing a crossing route with the tight ends. So that's going to open up things and give you opportunities because you can't always just have better personnel.
Big facts.
It's about matchup. And more times than not, when we've done really, really well with our offense, it hasn't been one guy having a ton of receptions. It's been spreading across the field. You had Dez, you had Cole Beasley, you had Terrence Steele, and you had Michael Gallup. And nobody was really a Pro Bowler.
Right.
But the offense made tons and tons of yardage.
Big facts, man. Appreciate you for calling in from the 469, man. Appreciate you, Lokes. Appreciate you. Yeah.
See you.
It's a good call from a man. Boy, we rolling, baby. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. I got a line long over here, man, than Jay Leno's chin, but we're going to get to everybody, man. This is pretty much overtime law. We went over everything, but I want to get your voice and everybody's voices matter. We try to get things going in the best way possible, and I got Mark Holmes riding with me over here. From the 478, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me?
Yo, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Man, we doing great, man. Can't complain.
Hey, condolences to Mark, on his father. Mm-hmm. I just buried my brother last Saturday, so,
man, I know how you feel, man.
It's getting there. But, yeah, to y'all guys, man, the point that I think for many years, many teams knew our weakness.
Right.
And they would say, run the ball. You can't stop the run the ball. And, and it just blew my mind when the owners sitting there, everybody giving you our weakness, but y'all refuse to step up. So we need that stop game. We need some big bodies up in there. We need the running game.
Yeah, we do.
We need that running game definitely. And we need that book game with CD Lamb. Because what happened is everybody talk about Dak. Yes, Dak makes his mistakes, but I feel like what Dak be thinking in his mind, he doesn't know whatever he do, the media will come at him. Mm-hmm. But I think in Dak's mind, he's focusing, I got to save these guys. I got to make a big play. I got to do it all myself. It's not all on Dak.
Right.
And we, as couch potatoes, we don't see what these guys sees on the field when you got these 6'7", 6'8", these 300-something pound guys coming at you, and you got to make a quick decision. When Brandon Cooks left, okay, that's our slant guy. We're Dak can get the ball out fast. Mm-hmm. We gotta stop eating up on that because he's seen a whole lot out there, and he ain't working with nothing.
Right.
He ain't working with nothing. Everybody see how to beat the Cowboys. For the past couple years, just run the ball. Yeah. Just run the ball. Just run the ball. Give Dak something to relieve all that responsibility up off him. And I'm going to tell y'all something now.
Talk to me.
Now,
in closing, too, though.
Jerry Jones didn't do. But let me tell you something. I feel good about this year. I feel good.
Come on with it.
About what the Cowboys are doing because it's something new. And I feel like these guys can come in there and get us a turnaround, give us a fight, a fire. That's what the Cowboy Nation need. That's what the organization need. Dak will do some stuff. Dak will do. So, Cowboys fan, listen to me. Who done jump off the ship?
Yeah.
You don't have no home now.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
Your ticket is burnt and gone. Don't come back.
Don't come back.
So, that's my opinion.
No doubt, man. I support it.
I love my Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Let's get this thing here, man. Let's stop this run, man. Let's get a running game that we can break every one of those freaking neck bones that everyone that try to stop them. We want to break the spine and everything that comes with it. Cowboys for life.
Come on with it, man. I love that. Yes, indeed. Now I got another person. You might know her, Mark, and I know you know her. And yes, I wish I had that button you press when you talking about it's ladies' night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got Gina with the G and the call from the 951. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Come on with it, Gina. Come on with it. Gina? Gina! Damn, Gina! What happened? I gave her a grandiose opening. Unmute your phone.
Left us hanging, Gina.
Gina! Oh, my God, Gina, you done got me.
Please come home.
Gina!
I got beans and
bologna. Come on, Gina, please. Come on, baby. I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you, please. Come on, baby. Come on, don't do this to me, Gina. I got you. Come on, call back in. Please call back in, Gina. Do it for me. Do it for me. I'm on my knees. I'm down on bending knees. All right, I got the 682, man. Dog, I thought for sure Gina would be able to hit us up, man. She's in there. But, hey, from the 682, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Mark? What's going on, Law? How y'all doing?
Hey, man,
just living the dream, man. Just living the dream.
Good, man. Yeah. Good. I just got a little bit for you, man. I was thinking about so much of what's been going on in the nation so much, right? Everybody says that the running backs there's so much of a plethora of running backs. But everyone also says that Genty is the difference maker. If you watch other podcasts, all of them will say, hey, Genty's better than Bijan last year, when he came out.
Yeah.
So what would you think about us taking our first and taking a third from next year or something like that and trying to trade up to get him and then turning around getting a wide receiver or big boy in the second round? You know what I mean? I mean, they're not going to run away from what we got in the wide receiver room. We know how they operate, right?
Right.
They went and traded for a wide receiver last year for a fourth round pick. They're not going to just off that and go get a brand new wide receiver, but more so they would be like, give him an opportunity along with Tolbert. If you listen to the interview from Schottenheimer, He said Tolbert's our leading touchdown guy. So now that if we have all that going on, I just think it behooves them to go get what's the most different maker of a person on the field versus sitting and waiting and collecting. How would y'all feel about that?
You talking about like sacrificing and going ahead and getting what you really want.
Yeah, what you really want.
I'm always with the belief, if that's what you want, then go get it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, if you think ultimately that this can be the person that can tilt the scale, then go all in. I know that word is kind of like abandon, but go all in and get.
You shouldn't say that right now.
Just put it all in there, man, and get it. Don't play around with it. That's all I'm gonna say with that. What you got, Mark?
Mark, how you feel?
I still have the Morris Claiborne syndrome, where we traded up for the best defensive.
This is two
player
different people. This is two different people.
But see, I'm a strength in numbers guy, and I think it's going to cost you a hell of a lot to get up there. So the 49ers in 21, they traded from the 12th to get the 3rd pick from the Dolphins, and they gave up 2 firsts, a 6th, a 4th, and a 3rd.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot. I wasn't thinking they're going to the 3rd, though. I think they'd go to the 7th pick.
I'm just using that for an example, though.
Right. I'm with you.
You remember a few years ago, the Bears traded up 1 spot, and how much they gave up for just 1 spot to
King
get
ransom. Yeah, I do remember that.
The Cowboys have had better hay trading back. A lot of people will look at Tyler Guyton and say that was a wasted pick, but I'm happy with what I got with Cooper Beebe. And you have to look at when we traded back for Micah, we ended up getting Golston. You have to look back when we traded back with Travis Frederick, we got Terrence Newman. And I think the problem for us is we still have so many holes. It would be great to get a lights-out running back. I ain't going to lie to you. I'd love to have him. But I just feel like it's going to cost you pretty much most of this draft to get that one guy. Now, if they're going to go out there and get us, make a trade for Tyreek Hill, and say, you know what, we're going to do something like that, and then they try and figure out a way to work it out, then hey, by all means.
By all means,
By all means.
But you've got to get if you're going to do that, you've got to get yourself a receiver from someplace else.
You got to, and you can't play around with this particular year. I think that to get the momentum going, and I know where you at, Mark. You got to stomp out all of the mess with Washington. To defeat them, you got to destroy their confidence. Right now, they walking big in the room, bow-legged, and they trying to let people know that they going to be the next big dog. But what you got to do is slap them around, let them know that, hey, we ain't playing around with it. And then we got to turn the wake-up call on the Eagles because they coming off of a Super Bowl high, and we don't want to turn into this situation whereas the Giants next month could fool around and flip their team around, and all of a sudden we look at all the way up and we at the bottom of this division. We got to make sure we compete in the right areas.
I definitely agree, man. I appreciate you for having me on, though. I'm gonna jump back in later.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. Good call from you. All right, let me see. Gina, where you at, Gina? Let me get Coach Q, man. I don't know if he's still in the Caribbeans, but I got my guy, Coach Q. We're live on the Nation with Mark Holmes, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel, man. What you got for us?
What's up, Law? How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Mark, I totally agree with you. I do not want to trade up at all because we have too many holes. In my personal opinion, when I talk to my son, he plays Division I football, the Cowboys is a 2-year project for me.
Hold on, Coach. My bad. I'm thinking Dr. Q. Just Coach Q. My bad. I'm thinking you like, man, I ain't been in the Caribbeans. I'm right here. But what up, Coach? What you got for us, man?
Yeah. So my thing is, it's going to be 2 years to get our team back to where it used to be back in 2021 when that was like one of our best teams that we had, when we had 2 number 1s, we had number 2, and as such, I'm praying to God that Shedeur Sanders is sitting there at 12, because I want Pittsburgh to come up and get him, because it's a real thing that Baby Nut Jones talk about quarterback tax. The quarterback tax is where you get 3, 4, 5 picks. That's what I want. So I want them to come up, because going back to Pittsburgh, you're talking about at least getting a second and a fourth. But quarterback tax, you get a second, fourth, and maybe a third. When you get that many picks, now you can get your wide receiver. Now you can get you a running back. Now, if you want to, you can even take that extra second, and then it's possible to go get a Garrett Wilson. Because right now, guess what? The Jets ain't picking up the phone if you're not offering me a second. Or on Cowboys channel, a Waddle. They're not picking up the phone unless you offer them a second. Now, if you have an extra second, then you can do that. So that's what I'm looking at, is I hope to God that Shedeur Sanders is sitting there at 12 so we can move back, get extra picks, and build the depth of the team. That's what I'm hoping for in my eyes. And I want multiple weapons, not just one. I think you made a great point with the last caller. People, Mark, you remember this, they were saying that Claiborne graded out as good as Deion Sanders, and he wasn't at all. And people are saying Genty, and no offense, I lived next to Lone Star, so I watched Genty play all 4 years at Lone Star High School. So I've seen the kid. And I'm sorry, folks, the boy, he might be 5'6". I've seen him in person without shoes. So he's a little bit taller than Deuce. So for whatever that's worth, you can take it to the bank, whatever you want to call it. But for me, if you're not going to trade for a more experienced wide receiver, then guess what? Get your wide receiver when you move back to Abuka at the 20th, or you can pick Hampton or whoever. The first 2 picks, Mark, I want a wide receiver, I want a running back, because those 2 weapons would be starters. And with the other second, give me against the DT to stop the run, because everybody, and I agree with everyone, it's a deep running back class, it's a deep defensive tackle class. Double dip, man. Double dip. By double dipping, guess what? If mine don't pan out, you're good. This is the draft to double dip, man. Yeah, and the Cowboys have double dipped before.
Let's double dip in it, man. And I appreciate you for calling in, Coach. Thank you.
Anytime.
Yes, indeed. I had to go get me some coffee and everything. I'm saying everything wrong today, Mark. I got the 843, and then I got my guy from the 201. That's $100,000. But hold tight. But I got 843. You're live on the nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel. Talk to me, bro.
Good morning from the low country of South Carolina. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, man, great. Man.
All right, man. My condolences and thoughts and prayers to your family, Mark. I'm going to try to make it quick, then I'll drop off. I think I'm not crazy about McMillan, man. I'm thinking he's been a one-year wonder, and he was a number one wide receiver that whole time. When he was number 2 his the sophomore year, he really didn't shine. We need somebody who's going to be willing to be that number 2 receiver to our boy. So I'm thinking the possibility, the Cowboys got to be proactive.
Right.
Be ready to answer the phone when maybe somebody wants to trade up to number 12. Somehow get our 4th round pick back, which we desperately need. And I'm thinking Abuka is the guy. I think Abuka would come in and be a perfect complement to CD Lamb. And one more point, if you want to stop that tush push, if he's available in free agency, as a free agent, or as a 6th or 7th round pick, that 400-pound dude Watson from Florida, man, he'd be a perfect plug-in. Just give me your thoughts, guys.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, Reggie. Mark, what's your thoughts on the tush and the push, man? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't want to be supporting the Eagles, but I have to kind of go on this one and say, if they come up with something, it's your job to stop it.
Right.
And if you don't want them to do a tush push on it, don't let them get in short yardage.
Yeah.
I hate to be that way, but on the flip side, they did change the rules, because it used to be, I think it was Mark Saref was talking about it, but they had a guy who was like 6'8", and what they would do is they would push him in the A-gap
Yeah.
So that way he could block the field goals and stuff.
Right.
And the NFL ruled and said that you can't push a player, for safety reasons why. So I can see why people can say, here's a rule that you have on it. Now, if you're going to let them do the tush push, then you ought to be able to let them do the same thing.
Right, on both sides of it. Yeah, that's the only thing that I will agree. But it's not like that play is only for the Eagles, right? Sometimes,
the Bills are really good with it.
They are good at it. They the first ones to do it. They it's such an Eagles damn thing, They could have called it anything, but them bastards call it the damn tush push, right? They could have called it the brotherly shove or something, It's as zesty as possible as a play, but they are the best at it. So all you got to do is you just got to, it's part of the game now. You learn how to do it yourself. And then when everybody do it, then the NFL will say, you know what, let's just go ahead and ban it. But for right now, they are the ones that's doing it, and they're doing a good job at it. The Bills adopted it last season, and they did a good job at it. So just go ahead and adopt it, And now we got a quarterback that's 6'5", 245, that you can put him in there, and he can do the push.
There you go.
The tush, whatever, But it's just a zesty play call, But you know what? The NFL is made for that type of stuff, bro. For a team to come out and figure out ways to adjust. You know how zone defense was created?
Yeah, how?
Because of Bullet Bob, teams. He was the original Tyreek Hill, the guy that can take the top off the defense. And Bullet Bob was so good, man, for the Cowboys of being able to have that crazy. He probably ran a 4-2-1. He probably was a 4-1 guy, But teams like, how in the hell we stop him? He's just so fast. And then they said, you know what? We gonna try to figure out a way, and they created zone defenses. So that's what the NFL is about. It's about making those adjustments. And they're still, he outran the zones, So it's just crazy, man. I got from go ahead.
How do you feel about Brian Schottenheimer and the coaching staff? Everybody's got us buried and saying that he basically fell off the salad truck.
I do a scale of 1 to 10, and I got shot at a 5.5. Because he got all of the things that I would like to say a 7.5 or a 9, but I just got to see how this is all going to work out with his draft plan, and actually what his plan will be as a play designer, as an installer, as a motivator. He got all of those hats on. And I feel that this guy been locked up for 25 years, and now he's getting his chance to shine. So he got some creative stuff that he want to implement. And the things that we got a chance to see on the tail end last year was implementations of what he brought, like putting Cavante Turpin at running back. We saw that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just why I'm very optimistic with him, but I'm going to keep myself grounded by saying, hey, I'm going to give him a 5.5, right, and see where he worked from there. But I do like him as a coach here.
The thing is, when I think about what the Cowboys did last year, where literally the combine, they left your head coach at home, and you ended up leaving 9 starters out without replacing any of them.
Facts.
And when you finally did make moves, most of the moves were made during training camp or after training camp. You tried the Jordan Phillips trade. I was in L.A. at the time when they did that. You brought in Carl Lawson at the end of training camp. You finally got CeeDee Lamb. The team hamstrung Mike McCarthy. And it feels like this team is trying to make Brian Schottenheimer successful.
Yeah.
For probably no other reason other than ego to say, see, we told you he could coach.
Yeah.
But giving these players in here and trying to fill in the holes, the team is working differently than they normally do. I mean, the fact that, Jerry Jones is fucking up the Micah Parsons situation.
Yeah.
The fact that we're dealing with this now before we even had the first OTA is still groundbreaking.
I haven't gotten your thoughts on the Micah Parsons thing, or are you team like you want the players to get the money, or are you team like screw that, man, just sign whatever deal that's there, and let's play some football? What's your thoughts on that?
Here's my thoughts right now. 5 years ago, The highest paid defensive player was $21 million.
Wow. 5 years ago.
The NFL, unlike what the players can do, is going to take the early out on the television contracts and renegotiate them 4 years early so they can get more money.
Yeah.
The NFL is working on having an 18-game season. Now, the NFL brought in $20 billion last year. If you do an 18-game season, there'll be another bye week. So that's 2 more weeks of football. So you can add about another $2 billion there. You've got Netflix trying to get one of the Sunday packages, either NBC's or CBS's or even Fox's.
Right.
There's going to be so much money in the salary cap that the money we're talking about right now, 4 years from now, $40 million is going to be like $20 million right now.
Wow.
And it's a matter of getting these things done and just get them done. It's not like the NFL is hurting for money or the owners are going to, they can't buy another jet because they paid Micah Parsons. And I believe that's a player that you look at, and that's a position that you say you will get value.
Base luxury $5. I told you, Law. Joe is the one. I am proud of Jerry.
And waiting
now
to do
with Doc
deals
catch a
and then
headache is
overpaying
$1
in the
is getting benched,
Get the
rolling
thing
on the
done with
floor,
Micah
laughing
Parsons. Get him
tears of
home.
joy,
Get
rolling
him
on the
hopefully
floor,
here for
laughing tears of
OTAs
joy.
and make him the best player he can be.
Yeah. And you right on the money with that, bro. Oh my God. And it's happening, It's happening right now with all of that. Man, you spitting nothing but the truth on the fact that where this money is about to happen. And we talking about giving a billionaire a discount. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, he's not a team player. He wants some money. You don't want nobody? I want some. But look at it this way.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, the salary cap has gone up $55 million.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If we just take that average for the next 4 years, the salary cap is going to be at, next 5 years, it's going to be at $400 million.
Dang.
Think about that. So, even Dak's money, $60 million?
Yeah.
Shit. You'll probably have receivers getting 60 by then, man.
Yeah.
This money it's crazy that we fight about this stuff. But see, here's where the Eagles were smart, because if you look at their numbers, Jalen Hurts has got a $95 million cap hit in 2029. Well, if the salary cap is $400 million, that ain't that bad then, as it is like we're taking these hits with Dak Prescott now.
Shoot, come on with it. It's like, okay, all right, you got a mortgage. Most mortgages are 30 years, right? And and what you do is say, okay, I'm going to pay my mortgage like it's a 15-year, but they giving me the exclusive rights to move my mortgage back to a 40-year or 55-year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can keep stretching and pulling it back. And then on top of that, they giving me more and more money. It's like having also a credit card. Like, let's say, for example, you got a $25,000 spending limit, right? But next year, literally next year, without you touching, without you moving anything with it, the next year is $50,000. They just automatically update it to a $50,000, and then the next year after that, they automatically update it to $150,000. So what you're thinking that you got to pay back, you really don't have to. You can just continue to just kick that payment down the street, and eventually, you're gonna have to pay it all off. But at the end of the day, they're not going to come get you because you got a $280,000 credit limit. Right. So the good teams know how to finesse that and finagle and get it all the way up to that spending limit and calculate it and forecast it, on that money. So it's crazy.
Yep.
Man, I got.
Right, well,
go ahead.
No, you good.
No, you still good on time and everything, bro?
Yeah, I'll get a couple more minutes and I'm gonna get out of here because I know people are tired of hearing my old.
Man, I got the next caller, man. He's a real good caller, man, from the 201-100 grand with the plan. What's good with you, bro?
What's good, my guy? Condolences, Mark.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, man.
No doubt. What's good, my boy Law?
Not much, man. All is well, man. We got the quarterback that can throw it to here to China. The ball gonna have to pay tariff tax. The ball, in order to get receipt, I gotta pay tariff tax on this doggone ball. Come on with it.
Hey, look, man.
He looked better than Trey to me. Hey.
Well, he cost us less than Trey lives, at least.
Yeah. Now Trigger Trey had an arm too, man. But he did have an arm. But less
he did. He was just too scared. He was scared. He was shell shook. At least this guy ain't shell shook from the plays I seen.
He got that one good game against Buffalo. We can't find that one game. Trey had that game against the Raiders, and everybody like, yeah, look at Trey. That was the Raiders in preseason.
Yeah. This guy had a real game. Real bullets flying. Against Buffalo at that.
Gave them a run for their money. They're like, damn, which one of y'all hit me?
Now, I'm happy that we got a backup quarterback that fits Dak. So we don't have to change nothing. We don't have to change the whole scheme or anything.
Yeah.
So that's a plus right there. Yeah. That's what I like. And did you hear Brock Purdy say that they was tired and they were tired?
When you say that?
The 49ers were tired. Yeah. Look that up, bro. Interview. He said the 49ers was tired. That's why they had the season they had. I didn't hear nobody come out and do like what they did to D-Law. Yeah. I didn't hear anybody say anything. D-Law said, oh, man, I can't believe he said it. You got the quarterback saying that about his team and crickets.
Man, I'm gonna have to go find that one, man, and see what Purdy had to say. And he's the next guy that's going to probably get $55 to $60 million.
They don't want to pay him.
They don't
he
want
ain't
to.
getting that law.
I'm trying to tell. They move furniture. They moving furniture around to go get him. To go give him something. I'm trying to tell my brother, man, the twin maker. I'm saying, pay Brock Purdy. No. They said he's better than Dak, so go ahead and pay him like that. Come on with it.
I agree.
I agree. He did actually say that. I did not see that.
Yeah,
Cowboys fans said that he was better than Dak.
Guys were tired.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guys were tired.
See?
They were injured.
He said it.
Let me go. That must be a trending topic if that's the case. Though, hold on.
It wasn't. I heard about it yesterday.
49 season downturn to fatigue from playoff runs last year. Man, guys were tired. Wow. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Same thing D-Law said.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh yeah, this was 4 days ago. It just not turning around. It take 4 days. That brother said that 4 days ago.
July training camp and everything, all your way to the end of February.
Yeah.
Then you really get 5 weeks off or so, and then you report back to work. You're going again. Guys are tired. They're still beat up. Their bodies.
Yeah, I got the clip right here.
Audio?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play the audio. You got to test it. But it says then last year, man, guys were tired. That's the season. That season is no joke. Tired and injured. Their entirety of their team was injured. I'm not trying to give the 49ers no grace and mercy. I'm glad that they were tired. I'm pissed off that this 49er team is drafting ahead of us. That's the only thing that I'm mad about. Our nemesis, they drafting ahead of us, man. That's the only thing that they might throw some salt. They might do anything. I can't stand them, and they drafting ahead of us. And when they've been our Achilles heels. Yeah.
That's why I'm glad Shotty's talking in circles.
Yeah.
I heard in the final word. Y'all like contradictions. I'm like, no, that's not no contradiction.
Yeah.
I'm glad he talking in circles because he said too much about the D-line and O-line and then wide receiver. Shut up, bro. Shut up.
Well, keep talking in circles.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is first year
at it. Doing that.
And I try to tell boss man, Shotty, he's still on his 90-day probation. He gonna talk good about the front office. Yeah, they good people, man. Yeah.
I don't blame me on the yacht and all that. I mean, hey, look, he trying to keep his job. Man.
Yeah, he trying to get fired on his day off, Yeah, I'm gonna be a company man for the first 90 days, and then when I'm in there, once you win, y'all. Out. So yeah, I don't mind him brown nosing just a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah.
He got to do that. Man.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark, you brung up something about how they didn't do nothing last year for Mike McCarthy. That was by design, bro. They wasn't doing anything at all.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you literally would have had to thread the needle on everything. You'd have to stay healthy. You were going to need Mozzie to become like Reggie White.
Yeah.
You know, you had to have everything in the world go right, and we had nothing go right last year.
No. I'm saying they didn't help Mike get no players or anything.
Right.
That was by design for this year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they hit the reset button. So it was basically, Mike, you're going. Either way, we don't care. Like, we're not helping you with no players. We're not spending no money. That was by design. So, you know, literally, that was literally a throwaway season. Like,
yeah,
that's
it was a
basically
throwaway.
what that was.
Instead of all in, it was all out. You know.
It was all out, man.
Yeah.
It was all out on that.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
You know, so, I mean, all new coaches, Shoddy. I just don't want it. Law, if Shoddy starts to run the same plays as Mike, then we know it's the Joneses. Again.
If we see them four curls and them hooks, look. I thought that was a damn. Kellen Moore thing. Shoot.
That's my only fear, man.
Yeah.
That he's just another puppet, man, and we gonna see the same old plays, and y'all gonna say it's Dak's fault again. It's not. It's the Joneses. It's Steven.
Well,
it's not.
30 years, 30 seasons. They got a long track record, you know.
That's the only thing, man. But we'll see.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, 100, man. Keep
man,
it 100 with us.
know.
Appreciate you, man.
You already.
Yes, indeed. A good call from him. All right, so we got the next caller that's going to be on the live with us, man. I got from the 832. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. And I also have the infamous Mark Holmes live with us. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law, and what's going on, Holmes?
Yes, indeed.
Just living the dream, man. Just living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Well, the Cowboys, we got 3 stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And CD, Micah, and Dak.
Yeah.
So I think them should be the first 3 things we should get in the draft to help him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we can balance the field. Because in the playoffs, if you look at it, they always triple CD.
Right.
They always triple Micah. And then we don't have Dak able to hand the ball off to anybody to release the pressure he gets put on him. Because we haven't had an offensive line like Law said since 2015 when we had Travis Frederick.
Yep,
right? That was the last time we had a good line.
Yep.
And we wasted this free agency period where we had $100 million and didn't sign one starter. Who does that?
Cowboys.
$100 million.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
$100 million, man, and we didn't sign one starter.
Eric Kendricks, man, I'm gonna put him out there. So the thing was, and I'm gonna go to my grave thinking that the Cowboys literally last year was like banking on Trey Lance to show up and show out in training camp and preseason. They gave him every opportunity. Then they realized, they said, damn, that Trey Lance, he can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Let us circle back to Dak Prescott and say, hey, big head, what's going on? Let's get this deal done, you know? And that's exactly what happened because they looked at this and said, man, Trey he just ain't doing enough for us. And if you look at the storyline and how everything was panned out, it was definitely that. Dak Prescott last year was a oops, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can. Everybody know this is a rebuild,
right?
So they're gonna keep Dak for 2-3 years and try to keep an 8-win team. So we should start this year and get a trade back, try to get some picks. If not, you got to get a defensive end to help Parsons, a wide receiver, and a running back. And I would pick Travion Henderson, second round, 44. Try to trade back and try to get either James Pierce or Mike Green. and then in the third round, try to get Dante Thornton, and then try to circle back and get Kyron Lacy because I see he's been falling in the draft. Any update on his case?
Kyron Lacy, lawyers reported that he wasn't the driver, and RIP to the people that passed away that the driver struck in that vehicle, but they are showing that he wasn't the driver, and they're trying to sort out some things. So the only team that I believe that can touch a Kyron Lacy will be the Cowboys. I would hope that he goes undrafted and the Cowboys scoop him up. But if not,
I would think it's 6th round. I would think it's 6th round.
Yeah, go with a later round with him. You take a chance.
Go with Thornton. Yeah, go with Thornton. So like Holmes was saying earlier, we need somebody to take the safety out the box.
Take him out the box. Yeah. And then we need to make them pay too. Yeah, we need to make them pay.
6'5", 240. Ran a 4.240.
Yeah.
6'5". We need big targets, man. We haven't had a big target since Alvin Harper.
Damn, man, come on now. We had some since that time, but you go way back.
I'm talking about somebody productive. I'll name him.
I feel you, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel
name
you.
him,
man.
Yeah, because Dak's not a somebody can throw you open, but if you open, he'll get it to you.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I thank you for calling in, bro.
Okay. Thank y'all, man.
No doubt, man. Good call from him. That's my guy, Russell from the 832. All right, so we got another caller in from the 214 and then the 908. Hold tight. Well, hold on. Now let's go circle back to the 951. You're live on the nation. Come on with it. Gina.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gina.
Yes, indeed. I was worried for a second. I was like, I don't know if I give a grandiose entrance again, introduction. Yeah. What's good?
Okay, so my husband had called in, so my name came up as well.
Oh.
My condolences, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you very much,
we were both on here, but he had to drop off. So I wanted to call. Shout out to Lola for letting me know too. I was like, I didn't call today, but yeah, it was my husband.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was the husband. Okay,
Yeah.
The other half.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, indeed.
Mr.
Well,
Thorne. It was Mr. Thorne.
the thorn side of it. He would have been like, "Hey, I gave a hell of an intro," and he was like, he did the right thing, and I would have been like, "Damn, man, Gina Boyston turned into Barry White over here," Yeah.
Oh goodness. But yeah, I'm starting to get excited for the season. I'm hoping that they get the deal done. Jerry, get the deal done. Stop playing. But I'm starting to get excited. I'm having some good feelings about our new coach, about Shotty. So I'm looking forward to the season.
Yes, indeed. So you're looking forward to the season. I know that the off season is always a long one, and the Cowboys extend it and make it even longer because every year, I believe since 99, we've been talking about contracts. Shoot.
Yes.
Yeah. We talking about contracts every off season.
Always get ugly.
It is brutal. It's like a atonement that all fans got to go through if you're a Cowboy fan during the off season.
Yes.
Yeah. But Gina, I hear you. I know you're busy. We just wanted to give you your flowers too. Thank you for all that you do, and we always love to see you in the comment box working your thing over there for us.
All right. You guys have a good rest of your day, and shout out to everyone in the chat, and I'll see you guys later.
No doubt. That's
Thank
Gina.
you very much, Gina.
Yes, indeed. I know she sounded like she was at work, and she can't be over excited like she want to be. But I got from the 214 Darius. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hey, Law, what's happening? Mark Holmes, can you hear me bit up?
I sure can.
Man, who the hell is Joe Boo?
Who the hell is Joe Boo? Okay.
Yeah. Who
Have you ever
that
seen the
is?
movie Major League Man?
No, I ain't never seen Major League.
Okay, it's a long story, but that is go watch that movie and you'll understand who Joe Boo is. Great baseball movie if you like baseball and all that.
Okay.
What you got this morning, man? What's your thoughts?
No, so I wanted to know, like, I started first like paying attention to Cowboys content creators like around 2021, and like you and Law was the first two that I started watching, and I think around that time you was big on Jordan Davis. I wanted to know, what was your opinion on Jordan Davis and his development? I know he played for the Eagles, but still, I just kind of want your honest opinion about how you feel about Jordan Davis, because that was one of the first players I ever heard you talk about.
You know, he started out slow, and this is what gives me extra hope for Mozzie, because see, interior defensive linemen, you know, we expect everybody to come out the box to be like Micah Parsons and be an instant impact guy. But it takes defensive linemen, interior defensive linemen, time to develop, and that's why you see guys like Calais Campbell or Linval Joseph able to play late in their career, is because it's a lot to learn and dealing with it and getting that man body. And that's what gives me hope about Mozzie, that he'll be able to develop, because from where he started out as his rookie year and then the beginning of the season, as the season progressed, he got better and better.
Yeah.
But Jordan Davis has, in the same breath, has gotten to become a really good defensive lineman. And see, that's where the whole defense starts, is being able to stop the run and having that big turn in the middle,
right,
that can shut things down, that requires double teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, he's been an unmovable object, even though he's, he don't play a lot of snaps, and that's why they rotate him in and out. Now they're down a man. Milton is gone now, right? He went to another team, so they're gonna have to have someone else to step in.
A lot of players that have exited the building for the Eagles, and it hasn't really been covered. You know, everybody think, oh, the Eagles are just going to come back. They've got a lot of changes on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and then they lost some veteran stuff. Bradbury, not to say that he was scary at any point. And then you're going to lose out on appreciate those who purchase in the Law Nation's hat. I appreciate you. And then they also going to lose out on Darius Slay. And I get it. The youth looked good last season. The youth looked really good last season for the Eagles. Not to turn this into an Eagles show, but you got to understand that the sophomore slump could be in the midst too. Jeez.
And the Super Bowl hangover.
And that part, that part.
Here's an interesting thing from Todd Archer. They said the Cowboys had interest in adding Jacoby Brissett in free agency, but he signed with Arizona. They had also discussed the possibility of Drew Lock. Joe Milton is under contract for 3 years at much lower numbers, betting on his upside on the Patriots' 6th-round pick from last year. So interesting that the Cowboys were interested in signing Jacoby Brissett or Drew Lock.
Jacoby is like a really poor man's version of a Dak, in my opinion. And I've seen the storyline with Jacoby Brissett and a Drew Lock. Man, he's just a placeholder. I think that out of all of those things, I think Joe Milton is a higher upside guy. I would take Joe Milton over those two.
You got him locked in dirt cheap for 3 more years.
For 3 years, so it's really good assessment. Where did you get that, off of his Twitter or?
Yeah, that was his Twitter.
Okay, good. Let me make sure I retweet that. Appreciate that, man. Good info, man. Appreciate you, Darius. Thank you for calling in, fam.
All right.
Good call from Darius, man. The next caller I have is from the 908. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me. Swayze, you're live. Once. Twice.
Can you hear me?
3 times. Swayze, what's good? You're live.
What's going on, Law? Like, no time, no see. Like, it's been a while. Like, you probably got some good news.
Well,
got some good news.
Cowboy news, man. We pump it out, we get it out.
Because I know y'all was gassing with the other accusations. Those accusations, there was nothing. Like, it was nothing that you should be happy about. Those were 2002 Dave Campo type hires. I didn't really care about those. But the Joe Milton trade, that's something we can look at in the near future Joe Milton, I watched a lot of Tennessee. Joe Milton is very good. He's not as accurate. He has accuracy issues, but the arm talent is there. And we look at his the games last year, the preseason games he played last year with the Patriots.
Right.
He actually looked good. Like, this is for 5th and 7th. That's actually a steal. I thought we could get like a third, or I thought he really commanded like a third or fourth round pick, to be honest with you, the way he looked last year. What do you think?
I was hovering around a 4th round draft pick because they used a 5th or a 6th for him, so you want to get something back in return. But scooping up a 5th and a 7th, for Joe Milton, and then you take on that small contract that he have, in which you got 3 years to play around with him for him to develop. That is a plus. He's 6'5". He's 245. He can throw. He can make all of the throws. He just got to put touches on his throws. And those are things that you can probably work out with, especially if we're going to be a run-first team. You just need somebody to command the huddle and get things going. So, yeah, I like Big Arm Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we still need to draft a running back, though. I mean, even though we have the two accusations in free agency,
right?
We still need a running back in the draft. Like, I think now it's very important that we probably get a running back in the 2nd and 3rd round. Because obviously, if we're gonna be a run-first team, we have to invest more resources in that particular position. But I don't think that's gonna happen because Jerry Jones, he's the new Al Davis. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're gonna end up going cheap in that position. I think we might go undrafted, running back, and go with the 2 free agents that was there. I don't know if you've seen the news that with the Michael Parsons, where he tried to finagle Michael Parsons and get him to sign negotiate with him without his agent being there. Jerry is just I think we're the new Raiders, man. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it, but like, this is actually depressing off season. And I'm glad you guys are positive. We appreciate you guys. You guys are doing your thing, but realistically speaking, this is probably one of the worst off season with the amount of cap space that we had this off season in Cowboys history, and I really just don't get it. I really just don't. But all right, Lo.
Appreciate you.
Were you sleep last year or something? Passed out in a coma?
No, but we didn't have cap. But I'm saying the amount of cap space that we had, right? We had large amounts of cap space this year because we renegotiated 2 big contracts, and we still didn't do nothing significant this offseason, even though we restructured those contracts.
You know what's interesting is there's an old saying, a fool and his money are soon departed.
Yeah.
You can look at the New York Jets that have spent more money in free agency over the last 10 years, and they're the longest team to not be in the playoff. We equate spending a whole lot of money on a player as automatically going to be successful, but the highway is littered with a lot of big contracts.
Yeah.
And, we look at guys and say, man, we should have gotten DeAndre Hopkins. Well, DeAndre Hopkins has served all the way around the NFL, and how many Super Bowls has he brought?
I mean, he just went to the Super Bowl this year, even though they got blown out, but he just went to the Super Bowl. But I'll say this, though.
But was it because
I believe – no, I mean, he was another weapon for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I'm not saying that we need to go out and go crazy and break the bank, but we can not be the Jets, but we can also not be we can also not be cheap as well, right? We can be right in the middle, and I think that we need to find a way to be right in the middle in terms of these free agency acquisitions. In reality, what were we 29th in free agency this year? In free agency spending?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's what you're not looking. If it ends up being into May that we haven't done anything, then fine, so be it. But at the moment, the Cowboys are in line to get 3 comp picks, as long as they don't sign a big deal between now and the 28th of April. Mm-hmm. See, after that point, if you sign a bigger contract that would have negotiated or negated one of your free agents that signed a big contract, like D-Laws, like Cooper Rushes and things, then you won't lose those comp picks. They still have that money, and we're seeing the Cowboys are still making moves. And I still feel like there might be a big move that they're going to use that money for, because they still have that $34 million. They're going to get about another 12 with Mike as soon as that's done. I don't see them sitting on that. It wouldn't surprise me if they did something crazy like on draft day, where a team is looking and saying, hey, let's unload this player like, say, a Tyreek Hill. and they make a big move. Now, if it ends up being that we go all the way in the season starts and they haven't done anything, then hey, I can agree with you. But they are definitely doing things business-wise different than in the past.
That's a good
Okay,
explanation.
can I ask a question?
All right.
What have you seen? What have you seen? Obviously, Stephen Jones, he does most of the negotiating. I'm talking about, of course, Jerry, he's the head person, but Stephen Jones is getting more and more involved in some of these negotiations, especially trades. What have you seen in terms of negotiation skill from the Dallas Cowboys within the last 5-6 years that gives you confidence that will be the case in terms of us making a major move in draft day and finagling a trade that get us a superstar, someone insignificant that would boost our team in terms of talent level?
I mean, I think that you just lamented that just a few minutes ago, Mark, when you said that they trade down with the Tyler Guyton thing, and we got a Cooper Beebe. I'm not going to give them. I'm not going to give them pom poms. I'm not going to pom pom and cheerlead for the Cowboys at this moment. But there could be something like what Mark Holmes said, and I'm glad that you brought up that thought track of April the 28th. With the comp picks, because we do know how the Cowboys still like to use the draft as the bloodline for them. But if that's the case in scenario, I am agreeing with you, Mark Holmes, on the fact that this team still could trade in this draft to get somebody else like a Tyreek Hill or like an explosive player, like they said, because they moving differently this offseason.
I mean, if that happens, then you guys are completely right. And, I put my faith right back on the Cowboys. But if it doesn't happen, that just gives more credence. And you guys go to training camp and it's empty again this year. Obviously, you guys didn't give us much hype. I mean, the Cowboys
let me ask you this then: what move would you have liked to see them made this offseason so far? What free agent?
I think what's the wide receiver from the Rams?
Cooper Kupp.
What's the white
Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. I think they had Adam Schefter. He actually was talking about it, and he said, "Hey, Cowboys were very interested in Cooper Kupp, and Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb actually talked to him, and they had a real relationship between each other when it comes to chemistry. And they actually wanted Cooper Kupp to come in." But when Cooper Kupp said his price, the Cowboys was automatically saying, "Yo, that's nowhere near what we're trying to spend right now. We don't even want to negotiate." I think even try a little harder. I'm not saying you have to get every single person. I'm not saying you have to get Cooper Kupp, but it seems like the Cowboys has that. Hey, I'm the bad lady at the party, and you should be happy. You should be happy just talking to me. And I think having that type of attitude in 2025 with these new kids and Gen Z coming up, you're going to put yourself in a huge disadvantage when it comes to free agents.
My only thing is with the Kupp thing, like you said, that was too rich. Yeah, 3 year 45. That's too rich, man. Especially coming into where his age is and a whole bunch of other stuff where he lines up at, and the philosophy of where the Cowboys are trying to go. They're going to do a lot of runs, so they look at it like, okay, we can find a Kupp in this draft. We're not going to spend that much money. They try to keep that number low, anywhere between $6 million to $8 million. So they're not trying to They're not trying to overspend for a spot. I think that the Fowler pickup was great. I think that when you look back at that, I think that can bring some things to this team on defensive wise. And I think that also when you look at them double dipping in the free agent market with the Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, that's at least an identity that they are showing that they're going to try to run the ball a little bit more in the upcoming season. And they're going to go into this drafting a running back. But outside of that, I think the Cowboys made calculated moves, but I'm not smashing the egg on my head for the moves they made so far.
Yeah, I would have liked to have Cooper Kupp on the team too, but you're talking about a guy who has played 12 games the last 2 years and 9 games the year before, and is basically averaging 10.6 yards per reception, and is under 800 yards the last 3 years. I'm not sure I want to give $15 million to that. At this point, he's about just a little bit above where Brandon Cooks is as far as production goes.
How much Brandon Cooks get? Do y'all know? Or
I think it was like 5.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 per year? I'm talking about like okay, 5.
And the expectation, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat talking about Greenlaw. Like Greenlaw gonna have to prove it, right? The productions of what Kenneth Murray brought was better than Greenlaw's last season because Greenlaw didn't play. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to see how this all work out. I think that Kenneth Murray was another good pickup for us, and we'll see how they're going to turn out too, bro. It's just different, man. I get it. None of these moves are earth-shattering, but I just think that we are heading in the right direction.
I just think the NFC East in general is becoming much stronger. The Commanders and obviously the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. Obviously, they had a lot of players left, but at the same time, their core is still intact with Saquon and Justin, and with Hurts and with Jalen Hurts and the 2 wide receivers. I just think that when you look at our comps, which is the NFC East, our division, you got to win your division first, right? I'm not saying you have to be as more aggressive than them, but you got to kind of match energies just a little bit. I just think it's just a little bit too conservative in this specific era. When you want to compete with these 2 guys, especially when you got to go out in the cold and during these late November, December games where the NFC East or division is on the line.
Well, we'll see, man. It's just a matter of time, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, Swayze. Yep.
I appreciate it as well. Appreciate you guys.
No doubt, man. Boy, Mark, we rolling, man. We rolling, man. We rolling, man.
I'm going to actually need to get ready to get out of here, Law, but I tell you what, man, this was the best thing for me today was to be here with nothing but the best and all the wonderful fans and everything else. And we got to hit that 1,000 likes, man. We up to 820. You got to hit the like button that's in here. But I appreciate the time that you let me be on here and get a chance to talk to the great fans and stuff out there, man. And I say keep the faith and make sure you enjoy each and every day.
Most certainly, man. Y'all be sure to check out my guy Mark Holmes, man. And like I say, you're not doing a good job. You're doing a great job over there. And I'm glad that I was able to speak with you and you co-host this show today, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man.
Yes, indeed. That's my guy, Mark Holmes, man, the pillar of the community and beyond, and taking away his busy schedule and time to jump on, and especially when the news hot like this. As a content creator, you got to jump in it. This is what we do, and shout out to Mark Holmes and all what he is able to do for the community. We still have more and more callers that's in. We're going to try to get to all of you all, but I just wanted to give you guys a moment of silence for Mark Holmes. He lost a loved one in his family, and the reason why he is a Cowboy fan, right? He lost that, and let's give a moment of silence. All right, amen. Shout out to my guy Mark Holmes. All right, and at the end of the day, how I look at it is that we got an extra pair of eyes up in the new dimensions, in the heavens, and he's able to look down and make some things move for us, and he probably having a good time at Roger Staubach. Oh Lord, I'm putting him in a casket. R.I.P. to Coach Tom Landry. He may having a good time with Tom Landry up there, and they talking about all of the good things that they were able to do as it relates to the Cowboys, y'all. So let's go, and I got the next caller from the 732, then the 206, that's MJ, hold tight. But the 732, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me. 732.
Hello?
Oh, boy. Hold on. You're live, dog. You're live.
Yo, what's up, man, bro? So I'm so stoked to be on here. Bro, first of all, I just want to say, why couldn't Dallas trade Michael Parsons? And this is, I don't know, I think what's his name got signed now is the defense in there from the Bengals. I'm slipping his name here. What the hell was his name? Hendrickson. Why couldn't Dallas?
Hey, turn me down in the back. I'm here.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, why couldn't Dallas have signed him and traded Michael Parsons and just stocked this draft up with picks?
Who's your best player on defense?
Well, you got to say it's him.
Right. Why would you trade away your best asset?
Hold. Let me take those words back. It was Overshown until he got hurt. Because I think he's going to be, well, who knows what's going to happen after he heals up. But I think Overshawn was playing better than Michael Parsons.
There's this right here with Overshawn. He's been overly hurt, and I'm not trying to make a joke.
Yeah, no, I hear you there, man.
And all I can say is Parsons is doing things that Reggie White done, LT has done, right? And there's no player in NFL history has made it to where he has made it at in his first 4 years like a Parsons. So Overshawn is a guy that we can hope that he can continue to play at a good level, but he haven't been healthy. So I'm not finna build my house on quicksand. I need something that's more I need something that's more sustainable, and Parsons is that. So all I can say is with that, you don't cut your big toe off, right? You know, and say, well, I got 9 other toes. I'm just cut my big toe off. No, you keep that big toe and then just get better shoes. And I think that's what the Cowboys should do. Get better shoes, and everything else will work its way out. Go ahead.
What do you think they could have stockpiled in draft picks if they were to trade him?
What would they get? No, I like fantasy talk, but at the end of the day, I'm not of the belief that the Cowboys will make the right and proper decisions. Even if you go, let's say you trade Micah for a stock load of draft picks, that could be a situation where it's now we getting a Tyler Guyton, a Mozzie, and a Schoonmaker. You know, so it may sound good that we getting all of these draft picks, but what we gonna do with them? It's always good to deal with what you got and just improve around that. I'm not finna play around with it. It would be faster for this team to find a fat boy to put inside or get another stout defensive tackle to help out with this Parsons and get another DB opposed to getting rid of Michael Parsons with hopes that we can find other guys that can do those things.
And do you think, what the hell is his name there, is going to be gone, Diggs?
Trayvon Diggs with the bone to bone.
Yeah.
That's the situation whereas now we in the draft. I think that the Cowboys should draft a DB, right? Or there's Ashanti Samuels Jr. out there. You can go get him.
Yeah.
There's ways. You got $34 million, man. Just got to roll your sleeves up and get somebody.
Originally want to draft Samuel Jr.'s there?
I don't know. Originally, they drafted Kevin Joseph over him because of length.
Hey, come on. Where's he now? He's not even in the league, is he?
Yeah.
Joseph.
But in closing, man, what else you got for us, man?
I'm going to my first Cowboys game this year, man. I'll be 40. I'm 50 years old now, but my family's been living in Dallas forever.
Right.
But finally going when my grandmother passed away, and she left money for me to go to a game this year.
Oh, wow.
I'm going with my mom to a game. Yeah, it's going to be great, bro. Still don't know what game to pick yet. I'm waiting for the schedule to come out.
Yeah, man, come on with it, man. Condolences out to you as well, and can't wait to see. Can't wait to see you at the game, and let me know which one you're going to, bro. You have a good one.
I will. I'll keep you posted on that, man. Thank you for having me, man. I'm so stoked. I've been watching you forever, bro.
No doubt, man.
Best of luck and everything to you, man.
Yes, indeed, man.
You got me nervous here, though.
I feel you, man.
Live.
Yes,
but yeah, thank you, man, for having me.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for calling in. You know, I always commend folks, man, calling in. You know, you be a little shy. You may be a little nervous. I don't bite. Yes, I do. But at the end of the day, it's always good to have people to call in and to express their thoughts, man, because you can have people from this edge of the world thinking that, hey, their ideal is this, right? And you can have someone from that edge of the world thinking that this ideal is the best one possible, right? But then when they talk to someone, they realize, oh, these are some crazy ideas. This doggone law, he already did his research on it, right? I got MJ, man, from the 206. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Everybody, Law Nation. Mark Holmes. This is condolence to his family. And this is a scripture from the Israelites. Black, Latinos, and Natives, all the indigenous people. This is our happy Passover. This is scripture, Ecclesiastes 12:7. It says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Mark Holmes.
Yeah.
Anybody who loses a love. Now, let's get to this football. How about the Cowboys?
How about them? Yeah.
Swayze, man. Oh, my God. Swayze's still negative jump. Oh, last night I listened to y'all show
Right.
long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the Cowboys a 9. I'm gonna tell you why I give it a 9.
Right.
Cowboys get a 9 because it's the first time that they brought a new staff
Right.
that none of you guys know about.
Uh-huh.
And all these guys could coach. And instead of bringing an old offensive line coach
Right.
and scheme creator for the line, they did that in 2. Got the dude from Kansas State. Then brought your best offensive line scheme guy
Clayton Adams.
with
Yeah.
Shoddy. And Shoddy already said, hey, he might have some plays better than me. A plus, ain't no bickering like Mike and you know, like y'all say, the Joneses and Kellen Moore. All 3 of them goofballs was messing it up for the offensive line, set them back, and the run scheme.
All right.
The new run scheme, the halfback's gonna be dangerous.
Okay.
The receiver coach, the coach from Oregon, young, gonna be talented. And if you look at Shoddy, how he had his receivers for Seattle,
right,
he was going down the field a lot.
Right.
And when all this coming back,
let them know. Let them know, Marv.
Mingo,
Mingo.
Fast, big, powerful, like you like it. If you watch his tape, go watch the tape, y'all. He was always open. Fronnery, when he got in the game, and when he got off the line, he was always open. Had noodle on back there. No Dak Prescott. Your boy, who everybody hating on, number 1, the receiver, had 600 yards and 7 touchdowns with noodle on. With Dak Prescott, that's 1,000 yards. Probably 11 touchdowns. And y'all be, you see where I'm going? We already got number 88.
Yeah.
Now, everything's changing. That team is about to be very dangerous. But they're going to drop their halfback, and they're going to drop a receiver. You already know it. They just got your quarterback with the scheme, because if you heard the scheme guy from Arizona, he said he like a running quarterback, because sometimes when they fake it, you see what I'm saying? See where they're going? Because you watch how Arizona destroyed the Cowboys that day. Remember they beat us, Arizona, with that quarterback law? How they was running over and dudes wide open.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. And then on the defensive side, your boy Mozzie should be better.
Right.
Because they try to make him lose weight. Now he's back to his regular weight.
Yeah.
He ain't got to do that no more. Your boy now, when we got a boy from Auburn last year, then he got rid of him. And when you go watch his tape, y'all, the boy 325, he was one of the best run stopper in the SEC. And Rodgers, he's back. And they're going to drop another D tackle and another big, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
You just said it. With the linebacker, before I leave,
Kenny Murray,
I did a mock draft.
Mm-hmm. Make it quick. Yeah, make it quick, bro. Yeah.
I have traded back. You ain't going to like this stuff. I'm the trade back king. I traded back to 25. I got Ibuka. I got Maxwell, the corner from. Then I got your boy Quentin Junkin. Then I got Alfred Collins, your boy.
Mm-hmm.
Doris Strong, the corner. And then I was going to draft Riley Leonard, the quarterback. And then I had got your boy Jamari Caldwell, big 330-pound D tackle.
No doubt.
Then I got your boy Bradshaw Smith, the running back from SMU 4-3. Then I got your Corey Brooks, a wide receiver from Louisville, 6'2", running 4.45, dangerous.
Yeah.
And then I got Colin Oliver, and then Jalen Blue, the running back from Texas. And now Judge Stackhouse, D tackle from Oregon. And then I had got Kelly Rogers, D tackle from Texas Tech. O tackle from Texas Tech. And then I had got Kendra Lambert, the fast wide receiver from Auburn.
Yeah.
I hit all the holes. Did you see that law?
Appreciate you, man. Hey, send that over to me, man, so I can put it on the screen next time, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah.
And how about the Cowboys? Hey, we ready.
We ready, man. That's my guy, MJ, man. You know. Oh my gosh, man! I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Let me know, man. Put law in the chat if y'all love me too, man. You know, cause I got nothing but love for y'all, man.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Man, I love y'all. Y'all took me today, man.
Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Come on with it, y'all.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you,
baby. Thank you. Oh my goodness, boy, I had to take a little break off of that. Every time that Flanoy, when he say Flanoy's name, it takes me to another place, man. I promise y'all. I supposed to be dead and gone by like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But by me just doing these calls, man, y'all extending my life, man. I'm telling y'all are, man. Shoot, I get younger every time I do these long live feeds, man. It just knocks the gray off your beard and face, you know, and off your head because y'all make me young, man. You know, come on with it, man. Let me see if I can get to. Let me lock it.
The conference has been locked.
I'm gonna get to all of y'all, man. Get to all of y'all, man. Chris from the 469, and then 937. You're next, but Chris, you're live, dog. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? What up, Law?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good over here, man.
I am too, man. That Kool-Aid pretty good too, ain't it?
Man, oh, you getting the Kool-Aid going? You know,
man, I done had. Hey, man, I've been drinking that Kool-Aid since Marty done came in and hired that coaching staff.
Shoes. So you like Shotty? You like Shotty, right? You know.
I like. It's new. I'm not gonna say I just like him. It's a new face, but I do like the staff that he brought in with him. That was him time. The staff that he brought in with him.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me a good understanding on what it is he actually has a game plan for it.
Yeah.
With Mike McCarthy, we never really had an identity. It was always.
Yeah, what's your identity now? Is going to be good running. It's going to be good play action passing. Short to open up the longer ones. You know, offensive line with a purpose. You know, I think that if anybody can be like the person to step up this season, it should be TG. I hope Tyler Guyton is able to do that this season. So if you want a Kool-Aid, man, that would be my Kool-Aid report right there. I want Tyler Guyton to stand tall this year.
Now, who I want out of my Kool-Aid is Terrence Steele. He got to go, man.
Oh, you want to take that out? That's a speck in the Kool-Aid glass? Okay.
Yeah, he got a little dust in the Kool-Aid, dog.
Who you want to replace him with?
See, that's the thing. I don't really have anybody to replace him.
Well, keep that Kool-Aid. Keep that Kool-Aid in there, then. Keep that little speck in there.
See, he was a big reason why we was always playing in the backfield on come third down because they was always sending pressure from his side and he can't deal with speed.
Well, let me put some Kool-Aid. Let me put some extra Kool-Aid in it. Let me give you a shot of some agave. I don't want you to use real sugar, right? None of that white bag of sugar you put in there. Let's use agave, man. What's Terrence Steele's best attribute?
And I'd say, man, probably gonna be his physicality.
Physicality, right? And what the Cowboys are trying to do with this new identity.
Be more physical.
And being more physical. What set the tone on offense?
I'm gonna say, cool. Really, for me, it was gonna be Cooper Beebe and Tyler Smith.
Okay, well, what I'm getting at, yeah, Tyler Smith and Cooper Beebe, yeah, they can set the tone. But what really set the tone? What do every offensive lineman love to do?
Get physical.
What do they love to do? Keep going.
I'm gonna say get physical. Put hands on you.
Yeah, and how you get to put hands on you instead of doing steps backwards, you now going forward. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, but he can't deal with the speed though. That's the thing. I understand the going forward, but if you got a lot of these people that they putting on his side all come with a swim move. He get beat with swim moves left and right.
Yeah, man. Chris, man, I appreciate you for calling in, bro. I thank you so much, bro. Let me hear you say it before I let you roll.
Can I ask you one more time?
Go ahead.
How do you really feel about Washington? Because they get a lot of hype, but a lot of their games was close, and their quarterback feet is what saved them in a lot of them games.
Washington had the 3rd place or 4th place schedule last season. Like you said, they did come out with guns a-blazing with Jaden Daniels. I like him. He's going to be a problem to deal with, right, for years to come. But the defense still, in my opinion, still have issues on stopping the run. The Washington defense was still ranked 28, 29 or something like that. Look, the Cowboys damn near had better defense than the Washington team, and you knew what all shortcomings were. So I just say, man, now that everybody know who Jaden Daniels is, they got tape out on him. Let's see how he do for the 2025 season. I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you for calling in, bro. Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right.
Yeah. I wanted to give them, I wanted to give Chris that, the Hodge twins, I love their show, when they say, you can do whatever you want to do, but this is just our advice. You know what I'm saying? But, but we don't, what I'm saying? How they used to do that, about the damn Washington team. At the end of the day, I don't give a dog about Washington. I can't stand Washington, and we'll see how, that's going to work out for them for the 2025 season. And I already told y'all what I'm going to do when Jaden Daniels get here. I'm going to Harry Hines, and I'm going to find out where the hotel is at for the Washington team players going to be at, and I'm going to send all of them ladies down from Harry Hines over there to Jaden Daniels' room. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. But you got to run the ball, y'all, and that's going to set the tone for everything. I got from the 937 and then the 607, hold tight. 937, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by Frenkel Firm. What's good?
Hey, this JR, man. What's going on?
JR,
Long time no hear, bro.
Man, it's been a long minute, bro,
Hey, listen, last time I talked to you, you done moved up, my brother.
It's been a minute.
I see you with Dak Prescott, Michael Irvin. I see you moving up. I'm glad to see that, bro. I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm glad to see you moving on up like that, man. And I've been following you. But my thing is what do you think about what Jesse Holly said about Dak Prescott?
I think I haven't heard the entirety of the piece. I should have clicked on it, but I get where my guy Holly is coming from. Now is the time to see something from Four. We need for him to stand tall in these moments, in these games. And I do agree with that aspect of it. But I just want Four to have the ability to have someone else to point at, and I get it. I get the notion that the quarterback, he's going to get all of the daggers and the darts thrown his way. But yeah, I need for this team to figure out how to utilize someone else outside of just Four. But what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is they say he needs a lot around him, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's what we need to address, man. We need to get another receiver. I'm talking about let's give him a full good year. Now, what I don't agree about Jesse Holly, what he said is Dak got to stay healthy. Anybody can get hurt. So that's not his fault in getting hurt. So, but if he's healthy, man, he needs to step up. This is year 10, man. You know what I'm saying? This is year 10. So I think, we should get him as much as we can get him. You know what I'm saying? If we got to increase the front line, I think we got a nice little front line besides Steele on that outside. I don't know about Steele. I don't know if I'm in on Steele, but We need to refresh that and get a nice running back, man. Get a complete offense around him. Let's see what he do, man. I know he's better than Daniels and Jalen Hurts, man. I know he's better than them dudes, man. And I just think I'm tired of sitting back and being in last place.
Mm-hmm. Well, my thing is, JR, is I get it. We know how we lose with Dak Prescott, right? We know how
you got
games
the music
are.
on.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
What'd you say? Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me in the chat?
I can hear you now.
Oh, you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is, before I let you go, bro, is we know how we can lose with Dak Prescott. But we do know for sure how we can win, and that is with run games, bro. And as well as a sound-minded defense, and I think you can win if you install those things. Appreciate you, JR. Let me go and get you up out of here, but appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in. Yes, indeed. All right, 559, you're live on the Nation, then the 607. Well, 607 first, my bad, and then the 559. 607, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's good, Law, man? Yo, just to let you know, man, I call live. So, 607, my name is DJ, just so you know what's
DJ.
Me, man.
Okay, good, man.
Yeah.
What's good?
But, you know what I look at you as? Like, I swear, you're good. You're like the only podcast I really listen to besides, like, the others. But you're really a cowboy therapist. Like, people really get on here and really vent to you. But you know what makes me mad? Like, for instance, I'm listening to all the callers. Like, if you're gonna be a Cowboys fan, a really diehard Cowboys fan, like, know your team. Like, you kept asking him questions. Terrence Steele is great at run blocking. Like, that's what he's good at. He's problem with pass protection. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't have no problem with our line. But I was sitting here thinking, I'm looking here thinking about it. Like, how is it that people do not know our team yet? Like, everybody still keep asking about, oh, well, Jerry do this, Jerry do that. Like, you haven't known this is what he is? Like, he doesn't go sign big players? Like, I've been on here, like, for instance, a couple weeks ago, I was begging for us to trade for Devontae Adams. But I knew we weren't going to do it. I knew we weren't going to go sign Stephon Diggs. I knew we weren't going to sign Keenan Allen. I knew we weren't going to sign these people. We're going to sign these dink and dunk players. We're going to sign Devontae Williams. We're going to sign Miles Sanders. We're going to trade for Milton. We're going to do these little things to always penny pinch. Like, but the thing is a lot of, this is what, like, I respect Jerry. Like, a lot of people should take after Jerry because last year we didn't make any moves.
Right.
But people don't realize Jerry really goes, you know what? Dak, I think you're a Patrick Mahomes. I think you could do it by yourself. Like, he really believes that the people we have on our roster, homegrown, really are better than what they are. And that's a really good, like, as in, like, because nobody, as being a Cowboy, they never talk bad about Jerry because he always believed in them. He's, regardless of who he signed and he's lost on deals, like, he believed in Zeke. That's why he paid Zeke and dealt with all the things he's dealt with. Like, for instance, like, if you're calling a couple goals, he made it really easy just to trade Micah. Like, oh, let's just trade Micah for a couple picks. Are you kidding me? He's the next Lawrence Taylor. Like, you don't even come out your mouth and even say something like that. Like, our team wouldn't, like, really drastically be on the downfall. Like, as being a Cowboys fan, we're never on the rebuild, ever. I don't care who we have. We're never on the rebuild. We're always, I don't care. They keep talking about Kellen Moore and everything. You got to realize, back-to-back years, we're the number one offense. It comes down to the players. We put it up there. We're killing it. Dak has a good season, but when it comes to crunch time, and CD's got to make that catch, Dak's got to make that throw, Micah's got to make that sack. It's got to come down. Yeah, I don't care about what they're talking about, San Fran being tired and everything. I'm glad they're going down on there. We don't even got to deal with them no more. We don't got to deal with them no more. I ain't even worried. I hope we play them, and we're gonna beat them bad. Like, it's good they're going through rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it, DJ.
That.
Yes, indeed, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what? All right, it's a couple moves. Like, really, it's a couple moves. We go grab McMillan. He's perfect next to CD Lamb. Now we got a deep threat. Or we go grab a corner. or we go grab an offensive lineman. That pick is going to instantly be a starter, in my opinion. He's instantly going to come in whatever position it is. Don't let us go grab Gentry. Do not let Gentry be there. Oh, you let him be there? He might have a better season than Zeke that first year. I swear, I believe that fully heartedly. You know what I'm saying? We're not that far. And if you're really an NFC East person, you know there's never been in a long time back-to-back division winners.
Come on with
it. The division always is up for sale. Like, it's always up there. And when Dak's healthy, every time Dak's healthy, we're in the playoffs. There's no question we're not in the playoffs. We're always in the playoffs.
DJ, you killing it, man, in a good way, man. I thank you so much for calling in.
I call Raw, I'm always killing it, man. These people like, man, don't call my boy with this negative energy, man.
Yeah.
We about to be in the dance, man. Stop calling him up and giving negative energy, man. I love you, Laura, just like you love us, man.
Come on with it, man. DC for life. That's DJ, man. That's my DJ. Come on with it. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Yeah. Who remember that song? 559. You're live on the nation. Hold on. 559. You're live on the nation. Talk to me. 559. And remember, 559. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. Thank you. All right, so
goodbye.
He was the last caller, but not least. I guess you can say that. And sometimes in life, you got to see what the Hennessy do, right? When you drink enough of it, squint your eyes, and it become pretty. That's how we got to look at this on all levels of aspects when you start talking about this. If you squint your eyes, you just squint your eyes, it's going to look good. That's what Hennessy do. Yeah. So the Cowboys offseason, you can either look at it for what it is, or you can squint your eyes, and you be like, man, that thing good, you know. Let me know if you squinted your eyes and now that you see the positive aspect of it. It looks good, you know. So it's either or. You can look into these particular situations, ladies and gentlemen, and say, hey, yeah, it really works. Like the right Dak Owens filthy, you know. So when you on that hen, you know, you'll see a Beyonce. But if you're not, you're gonna see Zoolander, you know. So at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, just squint your eyes. It look good. Come on with it. And we are making the right things, and everything could be possible. And when we are looking at that's right, Angie. Shout out to you, Angie. I hope all is well with you. Lord, that's wild. It really works, y'all. Try it, yeah.
We about that life.
Jeez. But at the end of the day, man, I could go on and do this for hours and hours and hours. But there will be another video out sometime today, and we're going to get things going the best way possible. But for those who tuned in and didn't sway and didn't move away, you know, and y'all still here, you know, and y'all still showing y'all support, I thank everybody, man, for y'all support, your donations and everything that goes with this. I really appreciate you guys so much, man. And, you know, at the end of the time, and at any good time, everything must come to an end. You know, see, I don't drink. That's why your man said that's why I don't drink. Spent your eyes, though. Come on. In departing, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to my guy, Mark Holmes. I understand where he's been to. Now, the great thing that my father left me was my name, Law. But outside of that, I don't have a relationship with my father. Unless the one that's in heaven, you know. But my earthly father, we don't have a relationship. It ceased to exist. But listening in to Mark on how he gravitates to his earthly father, who now is in heaven, is a noble thing, is a great thing, is a beautiful thing. And you know, I look back at everything, I would tell y'all this one true thing, that there will be those who never see you, who never know you, or not even close to you, that will showcase their love and adulations, that will check on you, that will be there for you, that will walk with you even when you are in your shadowy place. This one thing is true. This one thing is true. That life, everybody is going to deal with losses. Everybody's going to deal with trials and tribulations. But most importantly, as a true Cowboy fan, for 30 years and 30 seasons, we're here. We love this team. We're going to check on this team. We're going to walk with this team through the good, through the bad, through the hot, through the cold. We here. They say long suffering is a fruit of the Spirit. Boy, there's a long fruit right here that we are still in the midst of the Cowboys. We haven't thought about jumping ship. We're not fickle in our ways. We are here whether we win, lose, or draw, and that's why we are loved as the Cowboy fan. Now, there are some people that love the ideology of Law Nation sports, and I really appreciate that. They don't have nothing to deal with the Cowboys. They had nothing to deal with the Giants. They have nothing to deal with the Washington team or their Eagles team. But they love Law Nation because I tried to give you guys the truth, and I tried to deliver that. Through pains and suffering, it took you guys to help me when I was going through my low situation. My mom was my best friend, my motivator, the inspirations, the things that she helped pave the way for me to get here. I stuttered when I speak. I mispronounce words. I still do to this day. Man, I was most likely not to succeed. I was the one that was a nuance. I was the one that got trouble, always fighting in school, always was the bad, ill-tempered guy, right? They had it that it was already written before I went to middle school and high school. That law right there, oh my God. He's like the honey badger. But that mom had that calm touch. That mom had that way of being able to propel and push me to this area. So when my mom passed away, the world stopped. I'm in a dark room and I'm looking for the light, right? But I knew one thing that I can do for sure, and that is talk and give my life lessons to you all. And you guys allowed me to get things off of my chest one way or another, right? And that slogan came from Mom, one way or another. Don't stop, continue to grow, continue to grind, do what you love to do. It doesn't matter how much money you're making over there at the government. Do what you do passionately. Never stop yourself from your dream. Stop yourself from your goal. Continue to stand tall or not at all. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if there's one thing a man should do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I'll ride with brother, roll with brothers, the morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who would try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those mans or friends you should never call, because they bend the lives around the truth to meet their end, Cowboy Nation. And we are here. Win, lose, or draw. And it's all about being able to have the therapy session with you all to continue to move forward. Yeah. Come on with it. And departing. Mama said, baby, can you say that quote for me? That Les Brown quote that you say at the end of all of your shows. And I got you. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat forward, fret forward, or plan, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to absolutely nothing but the best. Let's get it. One love, DC for life. Let's get it. Peace.
I wake up, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, tell him run it up, I wake up, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, tell him run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. To a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Come on with it.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, let's get it.
I wake up, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, tell him run it up, I wake up, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, tell him run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Niger, he'll come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, tell him run it up. I wake up, thumb down now, check.
Let's get it, baby.
Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first die, tell him run it up.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? All I ask.
Got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I ain't mad at you. But love for you, baby.
Hey, let's get it. Until next time, DC for life. Appreciate y'all. I gotta relax just a little bit. So I use this song to just relax just a little bit. Yo, let's get it. Yep.
Take a drink of my cigarette. Breathe me out.
I breathe you in. What we tell him? Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you. The marathon continues. Don't let the street lights. Music opens up the soul. And with the right harmonies and melodies, your third eye can be open. I behold, play a tune. I follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Boy, after that speech, I'm crying over here, literally. But I know why. But it's good. It's good tears of joy, because I know things are gonna be great down the line. And another one. Come on with it. Stay strong, y'all. Stay strong with Mark. What we tell him? Don't let the street lights hit you. When they hit you, you're gonna go. Shout out to you, Jeremy. Play a tune. I follow wherever you go. Come on with it. If your name is on here, man, appreciate you. Thank all of y'all for y'all support. Yeah.
So far, give a paper green can fly.
I don't know what happened to Eastside Harold, Jerry.
Doesn't feel that far. So
Eastside.
So far, if a paper green can fly. Fly on, fly on, fly on.
Y'all ready for me to play one more? I got you. Decompress. Breathe in, breathe out. Count to 10. Let's get it.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
What we tell him?
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah.
Come on with it.
And nothing can stop me.
No.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I
realize. Either way,
I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now
Until next time, DC for life, not for short. Let's continue to grind to shine. And the next step, the breaking news. What are we going to do with Micah Parsons?